Good afternoon and welcome to our relatively weekly live play of Pandora's Age, the live play session in which we play Modern Age. We use Modern Age rules to play the Pandora's Wake setting. So, I'm your Games Master, I'm Brian F. Irving. The rule system we'll be using is Modern Age by Green Ronin Publishing. The setting is Pandora's Wake by Gethsemane Games. The sound effects you'll hear during play are by the DH9 Radio Foley Unit. Some may also be by BattleBards and freesound.org. Music is by the DH9 Radio Production Unit. Some may also be by Kevin MacLeod at incompetech.com, and again possibly some from Tabletop Audio. As I mentioned, I'm your Games Master, I'm Brian F. Irving, and our cast for today are, let me just see who's actually arrived. Right, okay, so we're missing a couple of people due to work commitments, but most are, and family commitments in one sense, but most are here now. So, your cast are Mark Savall as Rab, who will be joining us when he gets in from work, Chris Gibson as Adam Taylor.
Hello. I am here.
Jenny Savall as Erin Black.
Hello, I play Erin Black, a rescue helicopter pilot for the Coast Guard at the moment.
Indeed. Ben Watson as Joe Watson.
Hello, I play Joe, a bank robber.
Sean McGuile as Thomas Gallagher, who's currently on a family telephone call that's extremely important, so he'll be joining us later. And finally, Marie McGowan Irving as Elizabeth Lizzie Ryan.
Hello, I'm Marie. I play Lizzie, and Lizzie is an athlete and a bit mental.
Yeah, so that is your cast for this evening. Okay, so where we were last week. Well, first of all, let's give you the background. So a year has passed since the Pandora event. The night the skies turned purple and tore open to reveal what lay behind them. The Otherverse. A lethal hellscape populated by plant and animal species that knew no fear of humanity and which spilled into our universe. The first to cross were the deadly predatory fauna of the Otherverse, no more than animals but seemingly with an endless hunger for terrestrial life. At first, humanity held its own. For all the savagery of the Otherverse, our technology and weapons gave us an edge that the animals of the Otherverse just couldn't match. Then came the flora, no less deadly than the fauna it seemed, some toxic to terrestrial life, some carnivorous and predatory not unlike the animals. The alien plant life took root in our world and began to terraform it into a copy of its own. With them came the diseases, wave after wave of deadly pathogen. Cracks began to show, smaller, often rural areas began to fall to the Otherverse. Our food and supply chains began to buckle under the strain. Riots broke out in the cities as food and fuel shortages loomed, and still the Otherverse spilled across the earth.
The Government's Emergency Powers Otherverse Act was passed today over the objections of the Lords who had returned the bill to the lower house. The move has triggered a constitutional crisis, and experts have claimed the move is in violation of British law. The First Ministers of Scotland and Wales responded by calling for new referendums on devolution.
As food shortages continue to plague the country, the spate of lorry hijackings has increased for a third month running in the UK. Lorry drivers are demanding more protection as they are facing increasingly violent attacks by masked assailants, often armed with improvised weapons, knives and shotguns. Police forces across the country have responded by diverting more armed units to defend freight transports, and the hauliers' unions have proposed that all freight should be moved in convoys rather than single wagons.
The United Nations Counter-Alien Incursion Force confirmed today that they have identified 4 new extra-dimensional life forms that constitute a hazard to terrestrial life. Civilians are warned not to approach any unknown animal or plant life, but to report the sighting to the UN.
In the north of England and Scotland, the fuel crisis has reached critical levels, with many petrol stations reporting that they have had no deliveries in weeks and are out of fuel. Angry incidents at petrol stations have escalated, and in Leeds last night, a riot broke out at a petrol station when its first delivery in 20 days arrived. 6 people were arrested and 9 were injured, including 2 police officers.
So, where we left it last week, the party had been involved in a high-speed chase, initially through the back roads of the farming areas around Northumberland, and then into the outskirts of the towns up the A roads and dual carriageways as they sped after the escaping cattle rustlers who'd stolen cattle from the farm under which their bunker is concealed. In assisting their farmer friend Bill to try and recapture their cattle, they were able to bring one of the vehicles they were pursuing to a stop in the middle of the road after damaging its fuel lines and its tyres. They eventually dragged it to forced it to a stop, dragged the driver out and drove off the outriders, the cyclists who'd been, or motorbike riders rather, who'd been trying to defend it. However, one vehicle, a smaller vehicle, a large car with a horse box, managed to escape, and in that horse box is Lizzie's favourite cow, Daisy. We return to
You better bring Daisy back, by the way.
with the vehicle brought to a stop, Bill hopped out of the car and was able to take control of the now stopped vehicle. Unfortunately, he's right in the middle lane of the highway with cars zipping up fast behind him in different directions, praying that he doesn't get hit. The sirens of police vehicles are on their way as well. So we rejoin as I believe, Erin, you had driven off with all the shotguns in the car so that Bill's not caught with one, I believe, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I think I did take the shotgun. Yeah.
Okay.
I think there was only one.
I think it was just
the one he had.
Yes, just
Yeah.
the one he had. I think Rab currently has the other one.
I don't know.
Rab,
Is that wise?
yeah, well, quite. Rab is currently on the back of one of the captured motorcycles, which has been piloted by Joe, and they're reconnoitering the area. They think they saw one of the, they think they saw the remaining escaped vehicle head to, which turns out to be an industrial estate. Now then, I can hear that Sean has rejoined us. So, Sean, would you like to remind us where Thomas is at the moment?
Where am I at the moment?
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to the fire brigade, waiting for the police.
That's right. You were talking to the fire brigade, waiting for the police. Okay. So
having a, I don't know what you would call it, apprehended one of the rustlers.
That's right. Yeah. You've apprehended one of the rustlers. So the police have arrived and are currently taking the rustler into custody. They're also taking down details from you about exactly what happened, and I'll come back to that in a minute. I just want to check, Chris, what does Adam do? Where is Adam at the moment?
I'm next to the tree with the broken bike with two of the assailants, making sure they're okay before I and I've radioed ahead after I got the information out of them of exactly where they were going to take the cows.
That's right. So you're about to head off to join the others once you've made sure that the two captured motorcyclists are not liable to die on you. Could you give me a medical roll for each of them, please?
Okay. Let me just get my sheet up.
And Lizzie's the one driving the car that I know that I'm in, and someone else.
Medical's intelligence, isn't it? There we go.
It is, sorry, yes. So it's an intelligence.
Yeah, he's killed them both.
Okay, no, you've definitely stabilised the most badly injured of the two. And the other one looks as if he's going to be all right. So you're pretty confident that these guys are going to be okay. So it's up to you whether you wait for the police or whether you head off to join.
We also have our usual weapons, except Ben's massive gun in my boot of the car.
In which
well.
case, I would recommend you not be here when the police arrive.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the standard weapons, no? I guess we're still not allowed regular weapons to fight off the other verse creatures.
I mean,
It's just a
yes,
crossbow and
you
a
are, but
staff and.
do bear in mind how you got some of those weapons. They are still. I mean, if it's
Well, it
just
was
if
2
it's
years
just the
ago.
crossbow and the staff, it was a year ago.
Oh.
And they're not likely to find. Oh, wait a minute! These weapons look suspiciously like the ones that were stolen from the museum, and go. It's all right. We'll just let that slide.
All right, I'll stay on alert for anything that happens then, other verse related.
What?
While this is going on.
Sean, go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say, what museum? That's old news.
Yes, it's only about a year old.
Got busier things to think about than that.
Well, quite possibly they have, yeah. So,
Yeah, maybe.
Sean, you're currently being asked for details by the policeman, just like what happened and who the hell are these guys that they're currently arresting. Is there anything you're leaving out of the story, or is there anything that particular want to... How do you want to handle this?
How do I want to handle it? With kid gloves, no. Basically, I would be handing over the details of the guy's ID, etc., and I would be relating to the farmers that not the farmers, the police that we run a business, and we were out checking on the escape room side of things. Because there'd been some teenagers spotted in the area, like drinking, causing nausea, that type of thing. And there's also been some other verse creatures in the local vicinity. So we're making sure everything's secure. And we were talking to the local farmer, because he's a friend of ours, as it were. And we noticed there was a fire burning in his barn down the way.
Okay.
So we went rushing over to attend to the fire. And then further on down was spotted that somebody was stealing his cows.
Yeah.
And so he gave chase with some of the people who were associated with me. I'll not give them any specific details.
Yeah.
The farmer and some of the other people went off chasing the rustlers, and they had a big truck and a trailer and what have you, and a couple of motorbikes, and they went off down that way. And some of them have come off a motorbike down there. There's a couple of them. And they're also like stealing cows, basically.
Okay, the officer takes careful note of this. He then charges the guys that you captured with, believe it or not, with cattle rustling, with them, and with various other, if anything you can think of, is charging them with arson, cattle rustling, theft, trespass, which they'll probably notice later on is actually not a criminal offence. But he's largely...
Crab theft move.
Crab theft move. But he's currently throwing everything at them. Because you've given him such a expansive explanation of exactly what did happen, any of the rest of you who are spoken to by the police will now gain a +1 bonus on any persuasion or deception test.
Nice. Cool.
Okay, because they've now got the background of exactly what happened. I'm not going to require any rolls from you, Sean, because everything you told them was accurate. There's no point in trying to.
Oh no, and I'll also say, I mean, look at it. I mean, the poor guy's tractor's kind of like burned to a frazzle. I don't know how he's going to deal with that. I mean, I'm a mechanic, but I don't think that's recoverable.
So it now adds to the list of charges. He's going to add criminal damage as well.
Yeah.
So any of the bad guys who were spoken to the police are now going to take a -2 penalty on any of their rolls. Any of the party are going to gain +1 on any of theirs because of what Sean's told them. Thomas has told them, rather.
And then I'm not going to mention the flaming skulls there.
Yes, of course not.
Because that would be completely wild.
It would. So with that, he takes the police officers take the captive cattle rustlers away and drive off. Oddly enough, you notice that they go a relatively short distance down the road before the sirens go back on and the lights start flashing and they hammer the accelerator and tear off. So you imagine that they've gotten messages about some of the other things that are going on as well. The fire is now completely out. The fire brigade are getting ready to pack up and go. What would you like to do next?
The farmer has family, doesn't he?
He does, yes.
Yeah, I'm basically going to go across and sort of like talk to them,
Okay.
keep them company at this point.
You go along and try and talk them. They're very much, they're very agitated at the moment. So his wife's very worried, very frightened. She doesn't know what's happening because he hasn't come back yet. Obviously,
Well, I'll
fire
give
is-
them the full SP, as it were, on what's happening.
Okay, you relay what's going on with the radio, which calms her down a little bit. The kids are a little bit overly excited as well. Give me a persuasion test. See if you can get them all calmed down a bit.
This is where it all goes wrong.
The target number's a little bit above average. It's going to be 9 because everybody's highly agitated.
Watch
How
this.
old are
Triple
his
one.
kids?
Triple one. Here we go.
No, and you got 3 stunt points. Not that I think there's much call for stunt points in this instance. But you've
Sway the crowd.
Sway the crowd. You've managed to get them calmed down. You help her put the kids to bed and read them a story, get them to sleep. You calm her down.
Nice cup of tea.
Nice cup of tea. You make a nice cup of tea for her, extra sugar in just to make it nice and sweet. Meanwhile, the rest of you, Bill is about to be getting a visit by the police himself. But first of all, Chris, you're heading, if I remember rightly, you're heading towards the others, did you say, or are you waiting at the...
Yes, sorry, I'm going along the highway. I'm going to continue on. I'm not going to go back the way we came because I know the police are there.
Yeah. Okay, so you're travelling down the highway and you see flashing blue lights behind you in the distance.
Dual carriageway, whatever it is.
Yeah, you're onto the dual carriageway now. You can hear the flashing blue lights behind you. You can see the... No, you can't do that. You can see the flashing blue lights. You can hear the sirens as the police cars come and tearing up towards you. It just kind of overtakes and goes herring past. You've got a suspicion they're heading towards the others, which is roughly where you're going as well. So, you're heading towards them. The problem you're going to get is they're going to close the road once they get into position. So you would probably realise this, I'm going to say.
Okay.
So, knowing that they're ahead of you, because of overtaking and they are travelling at high speeds, so you probably don't... I don't know, you could try and overtake them again, but it would mean speeding. It's up to you. Because your
Looks like,
alternative is to come off at the next junction and find a different way to wherever the others are at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, if you can come up with any other alternatives as well, those are also an option. They're just the two that spring to my mind. But what would you like to do? In your own time.
I'm gonna try and overtake them, and if they end up asking questions about me, I'm just gonna tell them that I'm medical aid or something.
Okay.
And hopefully that Jenny can cover me through that.
You could.
Give me a driving roll then, please, because you're going to have to hammer it about 80 mile an hour up the road
What's
to get
this?
past the
Full
police.
dexterity.
Dexterity driving, yeah.
You'd say you're on your way to the lab.
Could do. The handling class of your car gives you a +1. Oh dear, this doesn't look good.
Hold on, I might have something to use.
It's 7, 8. Yeah, you're on a flat road, so you have failed by 1 point.
And then I'll use my improvisation skill to get that extra point.
Right.
If I can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So you use your improvisation special ability, not focus, talent.
So let's say that I'm stuck behind the traffic or something, and I'm trying to squeeze through, and then I use the improvisation to I don't know, flashlights or something to make it look like it's some sort of important vehicle that needs to get past.
Okay.
Like, because if the police have just gone past, so if they're seeing flashing lights, they're not going to be thinking, "Oh, is it the right colours or something?"
Yes.
They might just think it's more police.
Okay. This is exactly what happens, and other drivers get out of the way thinking that you're still with the police. You're gone past them before they go, hang on a minute, that was just a sedan. That's like a civilian car taking a piss. As you go herring up the street, you overtake the police officers with your eye locked on the front because you know you're speeding and you know you could be in trouble here. But you figure if they've got blues and twos going, they've probably got something more important to worry about than you going 10 mile an hour over the speed limit. So you hurtle past the police officer, and as you're going further down the road, you see up ahead the vehicle that you were all chasing, or that your friends were chasing, stopped in the middle of the road. There's smoke billowing out the back of it. There's fuel spilled across the road from the ruptured fuel tank.
Okay.
What are you doing?
He's going to do a skid, spark, and ignite the lot.
I'm gonna try and find wherever the entrance to this warehouse facility is.
Okay, so you're going straight
And
past.
I'm gonna go slightly ahead of it. Yeah.
Right, so you're going to go straight past the wagon, then, leaving Bill to deal with the police, which is actually his plan. However, that does mean you're going to have to go up the road that's got all the oil on it. I'm going to assume now.
Well, actually,
yeah.
I'm going to go into the hard shoulder and I'm going to stop the car and put the hazard lights on.
Right, whereabouts are you doing that?
I guess I still need to get past it, don't I? Yeah. Okay.
Okay, right now you're giving us like conflicting information. So
I'm going past it and then I'm stopping on the hard shoulder.
Right, so you're giving up on the idea about finding the entrance to the where the bad guys have gone, are you?
No, it's all part of the same thing. I'm going to try and go past the entrance.
It's not part of the same thing. The wagon is quite a distance away. What I'm asking you is, what are you doing at the wagon site? Are you still trying? Are you just heading past?
Yeah, I'll be getting past that as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to know. Okay, give me another driving test, please, because this is where the fuel is across the. Yeah, exactly. It's okay. You're probably not going to die. Oh well. No, you should be okay. That's 13. That's a pass. You will be pleased to know. Your target number to not skid on the fuel and go off the road was 13, so you've just barely made it. So you come hurtling past Bill's wagon. You slow down just enough, but you still find yourself skidding in the fuel a little bit. You've left an obvious trail for a little bit of sort of waggly tyre marks through the fuel and up the road. But you get past and you slow down for the turning. And as you turn in towards where the industrial estate is, you start to drive around, and that's when you pull over onto the hard shoulder and come to a stop and wait to find out what's going on next. Meanwhile, Lizzie and Aaron, sorry. You're in the other car and you left before he set off, so you'll already be at the industrial estate. Unless that's not your plan.
We did see roughly where they went, I think, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think, if I remember rightly, Joe also rang you to tell you he'd found it.
Oh.
Right, yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ben, I thought I remembered that from last week.
I don't remember, so we can just say I did.
Okay.
I'll be cooperative this one.
No, they definitely saw where it went.
We did.
They rolled that test and it passed quite so spectacularly that they
so
actually
okay.
tracked it to the place.
Yeah, we do. So we do know. So I think we were trying to decide whether to maybe go around the outside and come in on the other direction. If you can come round.
Yes, they were being sneaky, weren't they?
Okay, well I'll
and
show you. Yeah, well I'll show you largely what the part of the thing looks like. So you should.
Hello, darkness. Oh, down the bottom.
I will need
Bram.
to drop the others in as well, won't I? So if I just
this is the warehouse. Oh,
That's the
very
warehouse.
cool.
2 seconds while I
Is
try
that a
and get.
fire hydrant? I'm gonna raise that water bill for using the fire hydrant.
Car. Right, okay, I've put that in the wrong search bar. So I just need to find the car that you guys are in, which I believe was this vehicle here, except it's distorted the size of it comically.
Oh, it's tiny.
I'll just get it to the right size and then I'll give everybody sight from it so you can see. There we go. And car name controlled by all players, dynamic lighting, token vision, save settings. Right, you should all now be able to see the outside of the
Yes.
yeah. Okay, so as you guys are driving in as quietly and as carefully as possible, I'm just going to move you actually up to about here. This is where you're actually coming in at the moment. You can see to the south of you is Rab and Joe on a motorbike. They seem to have come to a stop at the moment, probably waiting for the rest of you to catch up. You can see two
That
doors
wasn't my plan.
here and here, which are like fire exits. So only openable from the inside, traditionally speaking. Although if you were to ram raid them, for example, that might change things. And yeah, so that's what you can see. So, as you're arriving, what are you guys doing?
Well, we know they've gone up this way. I know Joe, I think, told us more specifically where they went. I'm just
Hope you're not waiting for
wondering
me to
whether we
reply.
should
I
try
don't know.
and go like round this way.
I've got an idea.
Okay.
Bear in mind what I do parkour.
Yeah.
I'm getting out the car.
Okay,
Ah,
you're
okay.
getting out of the car, so I'm going to drop Lizzie's character on the map.
I like how it appeared with a split of blood.
Yeah,
That was a little bit
worrying.
worrying.
Worrying, yeah.
Foreboding.
So I'm going to go around to here and have a peek up there. See if I can, make myself a bit.
Okay.
Try and do it stealthy.
So what you see is the building is approximately 2 stories in height, but having said that, it looks to you like it's a large industrial unit. So you think there's actually only 1 floor inside there, even though it's 2 stories high, if you know what I mean. From about over here, where I'm pinging now, there's a change in the building. Although the entire building is made from breeze blocks and whatnot, and the roof is mostly corrugated metal. From here onwards, you start to see windows appear, which you've not seen in the rest of the building. So you think that that's probably like the office part of the whole thing. The 2 doors that come to where those roads turn in, those are definitely both fire exits, and you're on the outside of them, so they wouldn't normally open from this side. However, you're wondering if there are ways and means. And whilst you're thinking of that, Ben, what are you and Rab doing?
Well, since Mark's not here, he has lost his shotgun privilege. So that's mine now.
Right, you bear in mind you can't hold the shotgun and drive the
Oh, I'm
motorcycle.
dismounting.
Oh, you're dismounting now. Okay, so let me just
Yes.
pull your character sheet.
Now, how many shells are left?
Well, Mark had them all, but I think it was about 10 he had.
Yeah, I think he rolled and he had a good handful of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite a few, but I don't know how many fired.
Well, what we'll do then is we'll fall back on the method for tracking ammunition, which is if you get a complication while you're firing them, or if you roll 3 ones, you run out of ammo.
Okay. And then that is a locked door, clearly.
So what you've got here, where you can see the yellow stripes, that's a loading bay. So there's a massive sliding door. The loading bay itself is raised about mid-calf height, you would say. So you'd have to come in with a ramp to the ground. But you can also see the corner of a set of steps which lead up to it. Beyond that, you can see the actual vehicle you were looking for that nicked the cow is parked right outside here. You can't see any movement, so you think the driver's out of it, and you think the cow's been removed at this point as well.
They wouldn't put they couldn't take the cow through the load bay, surely, not with that fear.
If
it's raised.
Yeah, give me a intelligence cow rustling roll. No,
It'll just be, unless it's medicine, I'm just rolling intelligence.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
A6.
A6. Okay. So you can't imagine a way they could have got the cow up there.
Yeah.
The fact that a horse box has a ramp hasn't occurred to you.
I think there's going to be a door, like a door around there. So
Okay.
Am I allowed to just move over there, or do you want me to stick to my movement?
Hold on a second. Okay, so
he said movement.
Move. Yeah, as you and Rab are getting all this information as you're doing the reconnaissance, you see a car pull in, and you know it's Lizzie and Erin. You can actually see Lizzie jump out and run around the back.
Okay, I'll signal that I see them.
We do have walkie-talkie things, remember?
All right.
We usually always have them on us.
I'll just kind of say "Hey, I see you guys. Do you see a way in?"
Yes, well, I can't really answer because it's Lizzie taking a look. So.
Let me just look from where you are.
So there's a loading bay here, but it's far too high up to get a cow in there, so they must have took it in a different way.
You can definitely see 2 fire exits here. The 2 that those doors lead to, those, where the road leads straight to the wall. That's because there's a fire exit there. The road doesn't literally lead into the wall. I know it can sometimes be difficult on this to tell the difference between a door and a wall when you've got dynamic lighting on, but the doors are there. So
yeah.
Are you explaining that to Joe, or are you just not?
I'll call him and explain it to him.
Right, okay.
Do you mind if I move over?
I've lost the power of speech, but okay.
Well, I was saying I can't say anything because I'm still in the car.
And I've literally just spent 5 minutes describing what you could see.
Well,
I'm going to open your Snapchat group, right? And I'm going to take photos of what I can see and say, this is what I can see. Rather than phone, I'll use the Snapchat and I'll say, looks like 2 fire doors and then offices. Fire doors shouldn't open outwards. It shouldn't open.
Sorry, images aren't loading. I'm with 3. Terrible stuff here.
I'll message him in the group chat. Fuck's sake, Ben.
Joe.
Fuck's sake, Joe. Fuck's sake, Joe. I've just got Tesco.
In any way, I'm not going to reply if Lizzie's the one out there and can see much better than me. I'm just going to presume she was going to reply.
Okay.
But if she doesn't, then I'll
say,
see what I can see.
I'm going to ask them what they see on the other side.
Right. Brian, can I move over there?
Yes, you can move over there if you want to.
Right, good. Moving.
I will pan
I see
down.
windows. Oh, Okay, I'm gonna just duck back because obviously I can
And
see
now
them.
Ben's lost the power of cohesive speech. Oh, I have.
Ah.
We're not quite sure what's
So,
happening to the players at the
am I-
moment, but whatever it is spreading.
There's a bush you can jump in.
So as I'm talking on the radio or whatever, I'm gonna be jogging along and I'll say there's a loading door, there's a loading bay over this side, and the cow box is empty. But there's no way that they could have got the cow up to the loading bay because it's raised. Because obviously I failed my intelligence.
I'm
So-
going to message him and go. Horse boxes have ramps. Fuck off.
Oh. I'll say
And I'll
there's
message saying, well, it wasn't a UFO, was it?
and
then I'll
now
kind
they've
of-
all been infected with sarcasm.
Yeah.
So, I can see their office, and I see two of them through the windows,
Okay.
but no way in yet.
Chris,
Can you
this
see
is
what
all
they're
going
doing?
on, and Sean for that matter, this is all going on through the Snapchat, so you're all aware of what's going on.
Okay.
So whatever
I'm
they're
going-
discussing, you're also in on.
I'm about to ask him something that you're all going to laugh at, but it's a Lizzie thing to ask, right? Can you see Daisy?
I don't see Daisy, unless she's working at a computer. I don't see her.
Let's just work.
Sat behind a desk with.
Mm.
Oh, man.
If you right, yeah, if you hover your mouse over the lower right corner of that building,
I know there's pop-ups, but I'm not reading them because Joe wouldn't see them.
it'll say moo.
Wait, what does?
One of them says
Yes, because that's a silly cow.
Boom.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it does as well. No.
Well, that's where the cows are then. The dynamic lighting's breaking here anyway. so
or
I
it
can
could be
actually see the cows.
somebody's just got a load of those cans and
Take
they
a week
keep
off
turning
and
them
everyone
over.
goes crazy.
Sorry, what was
Remember
that,
those
Chris?
noise cans that you
Yeah, I
used to
do,
get?
right, yeah.
Brian, how thick are these windows?
Well,
Do they look like you could break them with the
with
butt of a
windows.
shotgun?
You've never really tried breaking sort of standard windows with
So
a
he's
butt of a
going to go in
shotgun?
all guns blazing.
Yeah.
I've
You
got a
want to do that with the
shotgun, mate,
police
aye.
like under like
Loaded with rock salt.
a few hundred feet away?
You know, we're going to
Yeah, so,
I
yeah,
know, but they don't know it's loaded with rock salt. I'm just
remind
gonna
you
fucking...
that we're not trying to kill people.
yeah.
rock salt, man.
Are you might
Kill them.
missing hit Daisy? You're not. I'm gonna message Joe and say put that
All
fucking gun
caps.
away, cause you'll miss and you will hit Daisy, and then I'll fucking kill you.
Also, you do have Adam warning you that the police are only a few hundred yards away. So you
Yeah.
might want to do this as quietly as possible, is his recommendation, if I'm understanding you
And
correctly, Chris.
I'm gonna say in the Snapchat. I'm just gonna translate this for Rab. Rab, there's roses about. Put the shooter away.
Rab's going to be off running.
Rab's off and run at the
Running,
minute he says.
running.
The minute you say there's roses about, Rab's just booking it up the. Actually, he's back on the stolen bike and gone.
He knows a man.
Lizzie, what do you guys think of me going up to the front door or the loading dock, giving it a knock, like, and then you guys sneak in the back, and I'll just be like,
I
hello.
don't know if I'm gonna say that I don't know if I can get in the back because these are 5 exits,
They don't
right?
open
And
out.
they don't open.
Don't open
they
in,
don't,
rather.
They don't open
Yeah.
in, and I don't know if I'd be able to break them. I'm going to say, but if you want to play Naughty 9 doors with them and fuck them up a bit, that's fine.
Alright, so because if I go to the loading bay right now, there's no windows, they can't see me. So
They
if I have
can't
a knock,
They can't see you from the loading bay, no.
yeah, if I knock there's no cameras, right?
Give me a perception test. There might be concealed cameras. You can't see
There's
any
no cameras,
non-concealed
right?
cameras.
19
Okay.
with 6 stun points.
19 with 6 stun points. Right, there are no external cameras on this side of the building, believe it or not.
So those 6 stun points, is that going to the complication pool?
It does, and that gives us 10 points of complications. Would you like to give me a D6 roll, please, you?
Right now, okay.
God.
I shall 1d6. I rolled a 1.
Oh, you
That's
rolled a
right.
1, did you? Oh, dear.
No.
Okay.
Don't remember if a
Oh,
1's good or bad.
Well, it depends depends a lot on what you are wanting from life, I suppose. Isn't it? If you want things
Could
to get
I,
worse,
before you get me killed or something, can I at least spend my stun points?
I mean, yes, by all means, do feel free to spend your stunt points.
Okay.
Complications. Here we
But
go.
can I? No, I can't.
As
Can
your
I use
last
infiltration?
wishes.
Can I use infiltration?
Read it out and then describe to me what
No,
you're
infiltration stunts.
Sorry, infiltration stunts. Yes, I don't see why not.
Okay. I don't think any of these would actually be relevant. Oh, over here might work because I do want to get their attention.
So dice roll of 1, which means on 10 points there has been a minor effect. Right. Minor complication has
perception
occurred.
stunts.
But your complications pool has descended back to 0, so it's drained.
Exploration.
But unfortunately for you, as you are doing
Where the
that...
fuck are the perception stunts? Am I just blind?
I mean, that's a thing.
Let me go see Mr. Blackout Camp.
Choose a focus or a talent your character doesn't possess. An NPC of the GM's choice will focus talent and appear in the scene within a few minutes.
He's gonna notice
or a few rounds. Could I say fancy meeting you here, and then I could choose something like firearms, and that means the armed police shows up?
What?
Sorry, why are the...
I think you broke
Fancy
right.
meeting you here. This is just theoretical. Choose a focus or a talent your character doesn't possess. An NPC of the GM's choice with that focus or talent appears in the scene within a few minutes, or a few rounds if your action leads directly to action time. This doesn't dictate anything about their situation, attitude, or identity. These are up to the GM. So I could just pick whatever, like firearms, for example, and then someone who has the firearms talent turns up. They could be good or bad.
It's got to be someone I think that you've got power over, or have
No,
the
it doesn't
power
say
to
that.
do yourself.
It doesn't say that they're. It doesn't dictate what they are. It's just they turn up.
Anyways, I think Brian said yeah anyway.
Yeah, you can, if that's what you want to do.
Right. So
It's
if
the
I spend
beef
that,
mafia. Turn
can
up.
you guys think of something that would? Could you guys think of a talent that might bring a helpful NPC along? Because I'm just trying to think of ways
There's
to
no
spend your
guarantee
stunts.
it's going to be helpful.
Some of Rab's mates.
Who's someone that would just hate cattle rustlers? Like a farm? Can I have farming?
Farm mafia.
Farmer Joe. Sorry, not Farmer Joe.
Hey, we're not having any jokes about how bad farmers are. No, after this week, no,
The
after
farmer,
what
he
changes.
might have got hold of his other local
knew.
farmers and told them about it.
Just
happening.
bizarrely, one of them turns up towing a Russian T-90 tank.
Well, you don't know in this day and age.
I got this before escaping from the Ukraine back in the 2020s.
Injection techno quick mod to a device. You sidestep one minor complication impeding your current goal.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead and repeat that bit.
High tech hustle with an injection of technobabble or a quick mod to a device. You sidestep one minor complication impeding your current goal.
Okay, well,
or give yourself the ability to
if you
perform one
look at the
task you
map,
otherwise
you'll
couldn't.
notice what the current minor complication is.
I've been spotted.
Yes, because as you're standing there, right, the sliding door suddenly slides open, and there's a guy on the other side. Just for a moment, he's just like looking directly at you, like, the fuck are you doing here? And there's just that split moment when neither of you quite know what to do. So I'll answer the question for you about what you should do, and what you should do is
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative. Just give me a second.
No, you say to
Make
him, do we
sure
have
that's-
beef?
Do we have
Oh,
beef?
for fuck's sake.
Oh dear! If this was Toon we were playing, you'd get extra points for that. You know that, don't you? Right. Okay. Go ahead and make an initiative roll for me, please, for your.
Oh, I'm not gonna die.
Make sure you have your character under the gun, as it were, because he's about to be. And
I have a
think
gun.
this is a cattle rustler
They have
we're
guns.
dealing with. It is so cattle rustler.
Excuse me.
Did you decide which stunt you were
I
using for definite?
I assumed that one was being used. I'm going. You know what? I'm going to go with firearms with the hope that the police show up.
Right. Okay.
Fuck it.
So you're going to go with firearms. Right. Okay. Thank you very much. I will count down to the
A guy runs past in the background with his arms on fire. It's a local entertainer that was doing a fire eating act that went wrong in the pub further down the road.
Sorry, my mind went blank there. I've just rebooted it and now we seem to be okay. So, Joe, you're
God
the
damn.
one that snaps out of the paralysis first because you're used to this sort of thing. It's interesting that Chris has just said, well, he said a little while back, that he feels like he's doing Joe's old job from before, and it does feel like that a bit, doesn't it? Because he used to be a watchman for a heist gang. But right now,
Look at me now.
because you're used to having to react quickly when you're caught being somewhere that you're not, this guy opens the sliding door, stares at you like, the fuck are you doing here? And you stare back at him like, shit. But you snap out of it faster than him because this is kind of in your wheelhouse. This is the sort of stuff that used to happen, and you used to have to come up with a pithy excuse for what you were doing there on a moment's notice all the time. So, what are you doing?
Yvonne calling. Sorry. I couldn't resist it. I should have tried harder.
I'm going to snap out of it, and I'm going to say, I hear you guys are looking for work.
Oh, okay. Give me a persuasion test initially to see if he stops long enough to hear your proposal or if he just socks you in the jaw. He's taken a bit by surprise, but he's in the middle of stealing stuff.
Oh,
He hasn't recognised you. Your target number is going to be a little over average, so it's going to be challenging.
Well,
so your target's
failed.
13, oh dear, right, okay.
Yeah.
So you
I
say,
never pass communication
right,
test.
so his answer is to headbutt you. So let's
Fair enough.
go straight into combat. We'll do a round of combat, and then I'll get everybody else to join in.
So he replies back, "No, can your mother sew? Stitch this."
So, what's your defense?
14.
Okay, I'm getting an awful lot of lag here.
Yeah, that's because there's Joe and other criminals there.
That kind
All
of
set
lag.
of lags.
Right, so, okay, so his headbutt, I'll take the first one because they've both come up at the same time. That'll be a relief to you because if I'd taken the second one, it would be 19 with 3 stunts. Instead, it's 15, so what's your defense?
14.
14, oh no. So he headbutts you just too quickly for you to react. This is an unarmed combat attack, which means you get to apply your toughness to the damage. So he whacks you for 5 points of damage. Minus whatever your
so
toughness is.
2 gets through, it's fine.
2 gets through, okay. So that's the cattle rustlers go, and we are at the end of the round. So...
Have you noticed that Roll20 is now displaying what the damage roll dice plus what is?
Ah, yes, so it is.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
fancy.
I'm on dark mode, which oddly enough makes the text much lighter.
Makes
than
the
you might
grey-
expect and harder
The
to
grey
read.
text, yeah.
Yeah, but everything else looks much better, so I'm leaving it on dark mode. Throwing myself a little bit. What am I doing? Initiative test for the other guy who happens to be in the same room. Okay, so he's now on 15. Everybody else present, you may also... in fact, everybody may make initiative tests. The fact that Sean's not... Well, Sean, you're actually...
I'm occupied doing other stuff.
You're occupied doing other stuff, you're quite
Other
right.
stuff, because yeah, I wouldn't be involved in this. I'd probably have switched the phone to silent and think there's nothing I can do
Okay.
at this point.
I don't have my token to click on, so...
You don't
just
have
so
your
you know.
token to click on. Okay,
Oh
I will
shit,
drag
that's
you on.
quite an initiative roll I've rolled.
It is.
Wow.
Jesus,
Yeah.
it is. Well, that would be fitting an athlete of your caliber. And yes, if you're listening at home, I know it's Caliber. That was a reference to an old British sitcom. Only Fools and Horses, I think. Okay, so I am looking for Erin. She is just dragging Erin Black over onto the table. There you go, Jenny.
All right, great. Just a second. Initiative.
Okay, that's 14 for you. That's not bad, is it?
I was going to say, if Joe was wearing his suit, he could have gone, have you heard about our Lord and Saviour?
Saviour, yeah.
True.
Could have done.
While I'm carrying
Have
a
you
double
read the
barrel
Book of
shotgun.
Mormon? Yeah. Well, Mormons are American. People might have just for a second thought, well, Americans do like the guns.
Have
I'm
Is this
sick
a
of
thing?
people closing the door in my face. You
Yeah.
filled me
Have
about
you-
your love.
Have you seen the light, motherfucker?
Okay.
You've heard of Bubo with a shotgun. It's
Yeah. So
Joe with a
Lizzie,
shotgun.
it's you to go first. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna get some dirt and rub it across my face like Rambo.
Right you
Right.
are.
And then the quickest way to get over to that side and give them a shock,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to try and run up the side of the building onto the roof.
Okay. Give me a dexterity acrobatics test, please.
Bulletproof
Here's
monk
where I get the
style.
worst roll of my fucking life. Right, dexterity acrobatics.
Yeah.
What am I talking, Silver? Oh, yeah.
Oh, and with 4 stunt points.
Wow.
Right,
So,
so
so, Erin, you've just seen me go basically run up the side of the building and land on the roof.
yeah,
And I'm like, what the fuck?
essentially what she's done is run at the building, jumped as high as she could, grabbed the drain pipe from there, and then hand over hand it and feet as well. Just push herself up the drain pipe faster than gravity can pull her back down. Winds up on the roof and runs across the top of the roof. So, Marie, you may make a. I'm going to have to do this for you because you'll not be able to count off the squares. So, give me what your speed is, please.
15.
15. And this is a run maneuver, so that means you can go up to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yep, you're going to make it to the far end. You've still got 10 movement by the time you jump down off where I've just dropped you. So what are you doing with the stunt points? And if you want to move another 10, you can move yourself from there as well.
I'm looking for where Joe is.
Okay, you see where the large road goes off into the black?
Yeah.
He's around there, that's where the loading bay is.
6, 7, 8, 9. Right, so I can definitely get round to the loading bay.
Yeah. So just
Okay,
go ahead and move yourself. Now that's you only used your major action so far, so you still
Surprise,
have a minor,
motherfucker.
which you could use for a standard. Actually, no, that's you only used your minor action, because that was 15. Oh no, you had to do 30. So yeah, that's your major action. If you moved it again, you could move up to 15, or you can use any other minor action you like. Plus, you still have those 4 stunt points.
Right. What am I looking under? Is it basic melee or general combat?
Well, you're not really in combat yet.
No.
So I would say, let me just have a look at the stunt options. Are they showing off stunts? So rules, stunts.
I probably should be, given what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, none of them really fit, do they?
Some of the infiltration ones do.
Yeah, have a look at the infiltration, see if there's anything there that seems to fit the bill.
Right. I'm going to use bravery.
Yeah.
Which will give me an extra D6 toughness.
Right. For how long?
For against the next damaging hazard you face during this encounter.
Okay, against the next damaging hazard. So that would be an attack, or if you'd fallen off the roof, which you didn't, or anything else. You get hit by fallen masonry, anything like that. But
Yeah,
it's just the
I'm
next one.
Going to use another 2, take 1 for the team.
Okay. You're going to have to tell me what these do.
take one for the team says when you successfully avoid damage from a trap or hazard but an ally doesn't, you may take the damage for that ally while they remain unscathed.
Okay. So the 6 I've put in a little green circle. That's to show that you've got the extra. Sorry, was it a D6? Sorry, it was a D6.
Yes.
Yeah. Would you like
Yes.
to roll that D6 and I'll just change that.
I've also
number.
still got one left, and I'm going to use that for good instincts. Make a perception test with the same TN as the test you just made to learn the most likely immediate consequence of the action you just performed.
Okay, we'll come on to that in a minute. Just give me that D6 roll for now.
Yep.
Yep, so that's 5. So your toughness is going to be +5 the next time you take damage in this.
That puts my toughness up to 8, you know.
Jesus,
Yep.
and they're using hand to hand, so I don't think they can damage you the first time they hit you. Okay, so now you need to make that test that you've just described in the.
Yeah.
I can't remember what you said. Was it perception?
Perception. It did say I could use an appropriate focus, but I think perception at the base is probably the best. Yeah. No, I did crap. 9.
9. No, 9's okay. So you reckon the most likely result of what you've just done is you've taken them completely by surprise.
Yeah.
The most likely result is they're not going to be able to react to you for a few seconds because you've just emerged from nowhere. Had they actually seen what you've done, they'd be stunned a lot longer because they'd be like, "What the fuck just happened there?" Pretty much like Aaron sat in the car going, "The fuck."
Bear in mind, right, to put fire, my hands are burnt. To put the fire out, I took off my tops on like in a sports bra and fucking jogging pants, trainers. I've just rubbed dirt over my face like Rambo. So I'm gonna use my minor action to rush up to Joe's aid, but I'm going to be like screaming something fucking really abusive, like, "You fucking cow, you fucking cattle rustling cunt! I'm gonna fucking have you."
Okay, move you to where you're gonna go, and I'm gonna say because you are, you have burned hands, you're covered in soot, you're covered in dirt that you've just plastered on like Rambo. You've just jumped down off the roof and run straight towards them, screaming abusively with a Glaswegian accent, slabbering with rage. I'm going to say this is mildly intimidating.
Mildly intimidating.
Mildly intimidating.
So could you give me a strength intimidation roll against his willpower courage roll, please?
Should totally get a bonus for that though, for intimidation.
Yeah, I think that's worth a bonus. I'm going to give you +1 on that as well.
Yeah,
Did you make the resistance roll to not shout parkour when you ran across the road?
Right.
I think Lizzie should just get a +1 all the time on intimidation because she's Scottish.
Yeah.
Probably.
I didn't do great on that roll.
Okay, so your options are to just not intimidate him, or you can spend a thingy point.
I'm going to spend a story point, actually.
Yeah, I forgot what they call them. It begins with a
Conviction.
C. Conviction, thank you.
Conviction.
You spend a conviction point to re-roll any one of those dice.
I'll re-roll one of the ones, so...
Yeah. Or is it the whole thing? It might be the whole thing, actually. Yeah,
Depends which version.
You can
version
re-roll
of
the
game.
whole. Yeah, you can re-roll the whole test. Actually,
That's better.
that is much better.
better.
That's definitely beaten them, and you've scored 5 points of stunts. So that will be a social interaction of sorts. Social interaction. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
More of an antisocial.
I'm sorry, this has been
Yeah.
a bit of a cascade. Did I get these as a result of stunts, or are these separate stunts?
Thank you, Alexa, but no. Sorry, say that again.
This has been a bit of a cascade. Did I get these as a result of stunts, or are these distinct stunts?
These are distinct stunts because this was you using your
Right,
second
okay.
action, your minor action.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
So, what am I rolling against? What am I using them against, rather?
Well, it's you're using it to intimidate this cattle rustler you've just charged. So
Yeah.
it's social stunts, or as Sean correctly pointed out, it should really be antisocial stunts at this point.
Yeah.
There's
Probably
only
impressed then. Probably.
Okay, yeah, I think making an entrance.
Right? Yeah.
How many do I have?
All right, Batman.
5.
5. An impress. Gain, for as many as I'm allowed. So that'll give me an extra +1.
We seem to be missing a few social stunts from this. I'll make a note of
Yeah.
that and fix it for next week. But yes,
Yeah.
so you're making an entrance. As long as it's your first action of the encounter, it is. Gain +1 to your next opposed roll against one character who witnessed it. Okay, so your next action against this guy, or Cattle Rustler 2, who can see what's going on, will gain +1. Also, you gained Impress, so you can... It doesn't say there's a limit, so you can use all 4 on those.
Yep.
So you gain +4 on your next social test against the same target.
Yeah.
So currently you have frightened him, so you've demoralized him. So I'll just put a little scream on him. There we go, little screamy scream. So he's terrified of this like tiny little Glaswegian cycle, which like in just our bra and our tracksuit bottoms and all the soot and the dirt kicked all over our face, like Rambo-esque lines. He's just running towards him, screaming. He's like, "What the fuck's going on?" So that's Lizzie gone for the round. Joe, it's you to go. What would you like to do?
I'm going to threaten him
Right.
by raising the shotgun to his face and say, on your belly, hands behind your head.
Okay, he's already intimidated, so give me a strength intimidation test. I am going to give you a +3 bonus to counter the fact that he's already terrified. So 9 + 3, that gives you a 12. So let's see. He's going to fail that. So he is now lying down, with his hands behind his head, crying.
And then I'm going to secure him somehow. Maybe I've got like zip ties or something on me. Something I'm going to use to secure him.
Your belt?
His belt?
His belt, okay. So
my belt's far too.
You force him to the ground at gunpoint after your psychotic friend here has just terrified him, and then you demand he removes his belt.
Yep. Take off your trousers, sir.
So he's sobbing quite loudly at this point. And that would be Cattle Rustler number 2, who has just witnessed all of this and is kind of stuck over here. It's like, fucking hell, these guys are mentalists. So let's see if he passes.
I am no man.
Okay, I'm going to give him a test against your, I think it was 15, your scared of willies out of the bad guys test.
Yep.
I'm
Bear in
gonna
mind, I've got.
give him
I've
a
got-
-2 because
Brian.
of the shooter. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, remember I've used Impress, and it's the next social test, and this would be a social test.
Oh, fucking hell, Chris.
It would,
So I
yes.
would
So,
say-
so you get another 1.
And +4.
Yes,
How do you
so,
use it?
yeah, fuck it, he's filled as well. So he's now terrified. And he's going to do him a heckin' run, is what he's going to do. So, you know those doors you couldn't get through earlier? Right, well, he just did. He's just come bursting through them from the other side, running out the back.
And there's Erin out there.
And
Yep.
it is Erin to go.
Oh, fancy that. Right. Well, I am going to, because I was actually still inside the car. I've got the farmer's shotgun.
Oh, God,
I'll leap out, and I'm gonna shout "Stop!" and point the gun at him.
Okay, give me a strength intimidation test.
Oh God, this probably isn't gonna do that well.
This guy has
You know, I
powers
think
because
there
he's
should
already.
be an argument to be made.
Mhm.
I think
Oh
there's
my
an
God, I
argument to
only
be
rolled
made
one.
that intimidation could be intelligence as well,
Don't you
like
have,
psychological.
Actually,
power
that's a
though?
very good point. Yes,
Right, yeah.
I
Yeah,
agree with you, Ben. Yes, that's a very good point. Because this is more psychological intimidation, so it could probably be communication, I think, rather than. However, you've passed because he had a 2-point penalty because he's already frightened. So he has
okay.
stopped. So I'm going to put a little 2 on to show that he's like doubly shitting himself.
Right. Do I have enough movement to like move over to him
Mhm.
and try and I'm gonna move over here
Mhm.
and I'm gonna gesture for him to get in the car whilst pointing to
Kidnapping
him.
him now.
Right, you are?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so he's like, oh no, those ones over there are making my friend take his trousers off and she's making us get in the car.
And I'll say, yeah, it's best you don't know what happens.
Okay, so he's going to head over there and start clambering into the car. Also,
I'm gonna make sure he's getting in the back of the car.
I'm
Not
old
the
enough to
front.
ride in the front.
And if I can, I'm gonna make my way into like the towards the driver's
Mind and
area.
lock him in the. Can you lock him in the car? Secure him. Put him in the boot.
Yeah. In the boot. I could, couldn't I?
you could, aye. Now,
Yeah,
oddly
actually,
enough, I have
I'll
a
tell him to
cattle
get.
rustler 6 come up here. Ah, right, okay.
I'll tell him to get that he has to get in the boot. Then, yeah.
Okay, you tell him to get in the boot. So next round he'll be in the boot. Cattle rustler
At that
6.
moment, I drive. Can I, at that moment, drive in?
Well, when your initiative comes round, you did roll initiative, did you? No, because you're
No.
not on the. Okay, so I'll need to drop you in. That is actually the end of the round, so this would be where I would drop you in. So just give me a second.
Chris you were trying to say something to me earlier. What was up?
I can't remember.
All right. Okay.
Okay, so Chris, you are playing Adam, so I need to. So Adam, you're arriving there in another car.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about my health.
Your health wouldn't have altered because it's still.
Yeah, no.
Now, I am aware that the police are on the way, so I do want to try and kind of hide the gun that I've got before they get here, but we'll see if that,
Brian,
Yes.
is possible.
since I'm like used to committing crimes, can we say that I've got some like gloves that prevent fingerprints from being?
Oh, you'll
Do you have
almost
the
certainly
right
have gloves, yeah. Okay, Chris, could you give me an initiative roll then so we can add you to the. Make sure you've
I have.
got your. Yeah, okay, brilliant.
Already in the right place as well.
Okay, last, is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily. What's your dexterity?
2.
2. So if that's higher than a cattle rustler, you will go before he does. Let me just check. 2, it's the same. So what did you get on the stunt dice?
1.
Fuck's sake, right, okay, so you are in the right place, you're going last. Okay, so it is the next round, and so far you have managed to seize 2 of the cattle rustlers. There's been a little bit of noise, like Lizzie yelling abuse at people, but nobody's actually fired a shotgun, and nobody's done anything louder than that, so
We've been efficient as fuck.
You have been uncharacteristically efficient, yes. So I'm going to say that the enemies who are close enough to potentially stand a chance of hearing any of this, I'm going to say it's quite hard for them to hear it through the doors and the walls and all the mooing cows. So yeah.
You know what this reminds me of, Brian?
What's that?
Our like special forces unit from The Expanse, you know, like never killed a person, and
Yeah.
we just clear rooms in seconds.
Yeah, just kind of seize everybody or leave them unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think it's all going to go. I think it's all going to go a bit Firefly shortly.
Okay, so their chances of hearing you then are they need to beat. It's going to be from only Lizzie's yelled, so it's probably considering where they are. Yeah, I'm going to say hard. So they need 15 or better. Well, that first one certainly didn't. Second one certainly didn't. And finally, the third one's like, did you guys hear that? So the third one would be this guy here, so he gets to be added to the initiative. Because he's probably going to come and investigate.
Lizzie, I'm gonna. I don't know if I can do it now, but on my turn, I will be pointing to the right over here, and I'll say the officers are through there, and I saw a few people in there before. I've just realised those crates. Those look like gun crates. I hope so. AKs in there.
Oh, that reminds me, we've still got the result of your thing to add on as well, so that'll be happening next round.
Oh yeah, I was going to say about that. It was a 5-point stunt, by the way.
It was a 5-point stunt, right?
Should have mentioned that.
Okay, so arrival, and we'll set that just at the bottom. Will do nicely.
I thought these cows were wearing like helmets before, just because of the when you were zoomed out, it kind of looks like they're wearing helmets.
I see what you mean. There are a couple where it does, yeah.
I'm sad I can't see them.
You'll get to see them in a minute. Okay, so it's the next combat round, and it is Lizzie. What's Lizzie doing?
Well, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to I can see cow. I can see cows. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Right. I'm going to kick that guy on the way past, but I'm going in looking for Daisy.
Right, you are. So give me a perception seeing test if you can tell. See if you can tell which one's Daisy.
This is kicking him is just malice. It's not that. It's just like, I'm not intending to hurt him or anything.
I gathered,
I'll
which is
feel
why.
better if I kick him.
Yeah, yeah.
Perception, yeah.
Yes, please. Perception seeing. Yes, you can tell which one is Daisy.
Bloody hell.
Of course you can.
Daisy! And then it's like
That's
the slow
roughly what's going to happen. I'm going to run over to Daisy and pet her and make sure she's all right. And I say things about it. Don't worry about the nasty men hurting you. I'll kick the fuck out of them.
It's in slow-mo as you run towards her.
Yeah.
I'll just
I'll
move you over
fuck
to Daisy.
them
Then.
up. Are these your new friends? Maybe we'll take them to a nice pasture instead of with all these fucking cattle rustlers.
Again, they do look like milk cows. You will notice the Geet big milking machine behind you. So it looks like these are.
That's what that is.
That's what that is. I had to improvise a little bit because, oddly enough, milking machine was not something that was in the. And I wasn't googling that without safe search.
Do you know something? You know what's going to happen. You'll come in next week and top of your new assets for Roll20 will be milking machine.
Imagine him like requesting it as a custom asset. Like, can you do as a milking machine? And they're like, what the fuck kind of BDSM game are you running?
Well, I was gonna design one myself for Campaign Cartographer 3 until I suddenly realised I have no idea what they look like. So I improvised. Okay.
And you didn't want to Google it.
I didn't want to Google it without safe search on, so we're using that. Okay, so you've rescued Daisy. You notice that a lot of the other cows are looking a bit underfed. The stench of cow manure here is terrible. They've not been looking after these cows, and some of them have been.
I'm going to look about for some feed so I can give them some feed.
Okay, there's a little bit of feed, but not enough for this number of cows, you would say. Okay, Joe, what are you going to
Miserable
do?
bastards starving the poor cows.
So I pointed. So if I didn't get to do it before, I've now pointed out on the right. There's officers.
Yeah.
Well, I did see two people. Those people I saw in the office. Were they the same people that I saw here?
Oh shit! I've just switched to your vision. One of them definitely was, yes.
One of them was. Well,
one of them definitely was because he's still like got the bruises and the blood on his face from where he got beaten up.
All right, so I've got a suspicion there's others. So therefore, my decision is to go through there. I think I have enough movement to make them one go. I'll check. Okay. I absolutely do. So going through here, and I'm gonna fucking kick in the door.
Okay, so if you'd just like to click the open door. thingy. There you
I
go.
just kicked down the door, raised the shotgun, hands in the air.
Okay, so
This is what Joe's team does, really, though, isn't it?
yes, pretty much. So
Yeah.
you're kind of in your element here. You're quite surprised to see there's 3 guys here. 2 of them are armed with tools.
I have to maintain my composure.
They're much more surprised by you. So this is you attempting to intimidate them, but you're attempting to intimidate them with a rush. So as you suggested, I'm going to make a communications.
It's actually going to be worse for me if my strength's higher than my communication.
Then use strength.
Okay. Oh, please roll well. It's
12.
okay.
Okay. So
alright.
let's make this. So let's
Do
start.
I get any bonuses and all that?
Oh, you're armed with a shotgun. They don't know it's loaded with
Kicking
rock
down the
salt.
door.
You're
Okay.
kicking down the door. I'm going to give you +2, so I'm going to say they need 14 or better to beat you.
Okay.
So the first guy's
Okay.
failed.
Good.
Second guy has
Oh, good.
failed.
He's failed.
And the third guy hasn't. Third guy's the one that got
Just.
beaten up by you guys the last time, and he's pissed at you. So I am going
Right.
to, first of all, I'm going to, well, I don't need to add them to the initiative because they're going to be frightened. So let me just frighten these guys. Let me then add this guy to the initiative. And he's scored 14, so I'm going to need to move him up to just after Erin.
Will you allow me to yell back to Lizzie?
Yeah, go on.
I'll yell back. There's 3 here. I'll just yell something along the lines of "There's 3 here. Come help, or help please, whatever."
Right, you
Aye.
are. Okay. So cattle rustler number 5, please. That's this guy here who is frightened. So he is probably not going to do anything this round because he's just been frightened this round. Cattle rustler number 2. Where's cattle rustler number 2? That's 4 there. So 2 might be the one that Erin's captured. Yes, it is. Okay, so he's now climbing into the boot of Erin's car. Giving it, please don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. Erin, you to
Behave
go.
yourself, then.
Soiling.
Right. I'll be telling him to behave himself and that he has to keep quiet. I want to lock the boot.
Okay.
So the fucker can't get out.
Okay.
I presume it's one of those like you wouldn't be able to climb out into the back of the car. So,
Hold on, I
now
seem to have lost the little fucker. Come here, you, right? You need to move to the front. Then I run the car over and you should wind up on top of it. No? No, well, fuck you then. Right, okay. He's in the boot. No, it is actually a hatchback, so you could just climb out of it over into the front of the car, yeah.
Please don't say you left the keys.
oh,
in
the
ignition.
fucker.
Although, is this your
Right.
car? Is this your car? Or did you
Breaking up
grab
there,
somebody?
Brian?
Is this your car? Did you grab somebody else's?
Do you know? I don't think it's mine.
Yeah, so it's
Mine has.
Is it not
like,
Bill's car?
I think it is Bill's car. Yes.
Who was
it
in the
is
Jeep?
Bill's
So it's a
car,
4x.
yeah.
So it's a 4x4. So yes, there's not the booty could just climb over the back seats.
Right, okay. What I'll
But
do, I'll take the keys, lock him inside.
Right.
Hopefully he doesn't know how to,
Hotwire a car.
hotwire a car.
Mhm.
I'm just thinking if is there anything else I can do. Actually, could I tell? I'll let Chris know because he's arrived now, hasn't he?
Yeah. Well, he can see you doing it because from where he is, he can see that you're.
Yeah, and I'll say if you're not doing anything else, keep an eye on him or ask him to put his car sort of so he's blocked in. Do you know what I mean? Like he's blocked in, he wouldn't be able to drive out, or at least one way. Is this area here? Is that still open, or would it have
it's still open.
closed
No, it's still
automatically?
open. It's fire doors. They're not designed to
Right, and
close
that's what-
automatically after they open. They're designed to stay the hell
Yeah, I
open.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't mean automatically. I meant like if they had been closed, but I
Well,
didn't
he
think
was
so.
running away from Lizzie essentially. So he didn't stop to close the doors. He just ran.
Yeah. Fair enough. Sorry, I'm getting distracted because Mark's just come in, but he said he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna be like 5 minutes or something.
Yeah, no problem.
Right.
So
All
we'll
right,
still be waiting for
so-
you to tell us what you're going to do by the time he logs in. So what are you saying?
I know, I'm trying to decide what to do because this bastard, I need to keep him in this car. Right, fuck it, I'll take keys, I'll lock him inside, and then I'll tell Chris what I've done, and then I'm gonna go have a look and see what I can see through here.
Okay, so from there you can see nothing because I don't seem to have your
Nope,
vision
I can't
on.
see anything.
There you go. Now you can.
Oh,
So you can see the cows and you can see Lizzie who is hugging Daisy. He's also done up like some kind of psychotic midget female Rambo. And it
Right,
is-
I'll move down. I guess I could probably get about there. I'll tell her that I've got one in the car.
And you'll look over and see me pointing a shotgun
you
at a
know
group
what's
of people.
really weird? There's entire cattle rustlers on here that I didn't think I'd rolled for, but they're on here, so I must have done. Okay, so this one, it's him to go. He's not frightened of you. He knows that you're loaded with rock salt because he was at the farm. So
He was
he's
shot by
going
us.
Right,
to come storming out of here with a laptop, which he's going to hit you with.
He's gonna hit you with a laptop.
Aye.
It'll be funny if this is the guy I stole the
mean-
laptop to.
It's all right. It's an
Okay.
HP. It's not worth doing anything else with.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to remind you I've got to take one for the team on just in case.
Oh, fucking hell.
Right. So you get an HP laptop right across the nose. Bang!
Ow.
Right, that's a...
Fucking hell, your face is going to need some stitching, laddie.
Yeah. Now then, this one's interesting because he armed himself with a laptop. It's an improvised weapon, but it does mean your... No, your toughness might still apply, actually, I think.
It's just a laptop, aye.
Okay, so let's have a look at what he's going to do with the 5 points worth of stunts.
I'm
Stunts,
sorry,
stunts,
Lizzie. Are you
stunts.
taking all this damage? Is that what take one for the team does?
Well, you can't transfer it from that distance, no. It's just not going to, like, there has to be a logical way for the damage to happen to you
Yeah,
instead.
I'd have to run over and I think I'm out of actions.
I think so, yeah. So,
Jeez, Ben, it's not magic.
and it came by complete surprise, so I'm just going to find the combat stunts. General combat stunts, here we go. General combat. Momentum, gain +3 initiative. Nope, duck and weave, possible. Adrenaline rush, temporarily take cover, guardian angels, skirmish, whatever's handy. Immediately arm yourself with anything in your environment you can reasonably wield. It has the statistics of the closest weapon to its shape. Okay, so he's going to use 1 point to weaponize the laptop, so now your toughness won't count because now it's an actual. Oh no, it's only bullets, isn't it? That your toughness doesn't count against. So no, okay.
Is it just me, or is Brian like really badly breaking up, or is it on my end?
He was, but I think it's
Yeah,
fine now.
you were as well.
Okay, so it sounds like it
Oh.
could be either of us. Okay, so vicious blow. Oh no, actually I got 5, didn't I? Fuck that. Let's do a
Lethal blow.
Lethal blow. Let's do that. I'm going to do a lethal blow to you. So, as well as the normal damage from an unarmed attack, he also does. Let's just move this out of the way. Let's just move this out the way. Thank you. So that laptop to the face has done you a total of 9 points of damage.
Okay. Well,
Jeez.
you know what Joe's going to be doing next round?
Bleeding?
Talking
Crying?
like this. Both.
Need some tunes.
Yes. So Cattle Rustler 6, so I can't help feeling he's gone recently already, but no, he hasn't. So it's Cattle Rustler 6, but I think. What is Cattle Rustler
He
6?
is
6? I think
apprehended.
he's captured, isn't he? So I'm going to take him
Yeah.
off the thingy. So it's Adam Taylor to go next. What are you doing, Chris?
So Jenny did signal me to go over there to do that. I'm just wondering, in my car, is there a possibility I would maybe have something to like stop the wheels from moving, or put something on the actual inside wheel of the car, or something like that, or wait, even if he does, like
Like a steering lock.
yeah.
A steering lock.
Yeah, you might have a steering lock, but you can't get into the car he's in because she's got the keys.
Oh.
But
I
would
mean,
say
you could run
probably
in and
do-
get them off me.
If you have a jack, you could jack up the car.
Because I haven't gone far.
Actually, yes. You're the kind of person who tends to be well prepared for stuff, so I'd imagine you probably have a jack in the back of the car for jacking the car up to change wheels.
Well, yes.
So you know if you
Like a trolley jack, you
yeah. So I'm gonna say, well, not a full trolley jack, just a wheel jack, just for lifting it up so you can change a single tire.
mean? That only lifts one wheel off the ground.
That's all you need to lift off the ground. You're
Yeah.
just trying to stop the car from getting away.
Mhm.
If you've got one, I mean, it could conceivably still get away, but it's going to be a bumpy effort if he does. So yeah, I'm going to say you can jack up the car.
Okay, I'll try that. I'll do that.
Okay, so that's going to require a much higher. Well, it's going to require a driving roll if he tries to get away now. Whereas normally you just need to be able to start the car, which in itself is going to require a different skill roll. So it's going to be a bit of a job on if he tries to escape. So arrival, and this is a combination of the stunts that Ben rolled earlier, and the well, actually, the complication was the guy found the thing, doesn't it? But somebody's definitely turned up because there is a van driving into the area.
Do we hear sirens?
Nope, it's not a police van, and you don't hear sirens yet.
More
You can
rustlers,
vaguely see them in
maybe?
the distance where they've blocked off the road, and you can also see like the yellow flashing lights
You see,
to show that the
Yellow?
A road's closed. Yeah,
you know this is. Oh shit!
but here the thing that's just driven in, is a large white van.
You see, I asked for someone with firearms.
Amazon's making a
as
delivery.
skill.
It's all right. You've got.
Well, this Amazon driver ain't fucking around. He delivering to the hood.
It's all right. You got somebody with a firearms skill.
I mean, he doesn't necessarily have a gun, but
Oh, he's got a gun. It's not on your side.
Crap.
So that's
Yeah,
the arrival. So that means I
that was
have
the risk.
a bunch of bad guys to add. So let me just open there. So that's the gang.
This is
soldier.
where, like, we find out that this guy works for the mob, and they've just rocked up with Tommy guns.
Yeah,
Say hello to my little
a
friend.
friend.
Mm-hmm.
You're not entirely wrong, but it's not quite as bad as that. So let me just
Oh,
get rid of that and type gang in here. So just to add further confusion to the situation, we now have gang members have turned up. So that's a gang soldier. So he
Great.
gets an initiative roll. There we go. And then
well,
we've
if police weren't coming before, they're
standard
definitely coming now.
members.
Yeah. Well, at least their initiative shit.
I don't know, I haven't seen
Aye.
it yet. Well, I'll have to take your word for it. Okay, so I can
Well, the first one wasn't bad.
remove the arrival, and then I can do descending order, and it's Lizzie to go first. What would you like to do?
I've seen Joe get battered by the laptop, so I've lost my temper again.
Right, okay.
Because they've starved these poor wee coos and they stole my Daisy and now they're battering Joe. I mean, I know sometimes I want to batter Joe, and they've got in first and I'm really fucking annoyed now.
I wanted to be the one to break his nose.
Okay.
I'm going to say to Erin, you know the number of times I've imagined smacking him in the face?
With
And
a
that fucking
laptop.
son's done it first. So I'm going to run over.
So with a standard
Charge.
move, you would get up to next to him. That would be a minor action. You'd still have a major
Yep.
action left after that.
Yep.
How
Um,
could you conceivably charge? Even though is
Yeah.
there an angle you could get where you could charge?
Oh, well, she could charge anyway, because she only has to stop here, like 1 square back on a movement, and then
Oh, is that
use
it?
her
Okay.
major action as a charge. Because a charge is
Oh.
you must move 4 or more meters, but less than half your total, and you get an attack at the end of it, and you get +1 on that attack.
All right.
So yeah, you could sort of minor action to get near Joe and then charge from there into the enemy if you wanted to.
Yeah,
In
that's
fact,
what I'll
you
do
don't.
then.
You actually don't need to, because if you used a major action to get next to Joe, you would still be within range of twatting the guy. But I would recommend the charge because it gives you +1 to hit.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yep, I'm going to do that then. I'm out here.
Godspeed, Lizzie.
So you'll wind up
Charge
here.
up and batter Joe.
Wind up here.
You wind up where I'm
And-
pinging. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
So you come running in there and go ahead and thump the guy.
What am I using? Am I using a brawling strike?
Brawling strike, yeah. As you come running around the corner, he's like, "Oh shit!" Because like you beat him up the first time. It's the guy you beat up in the car, and he's still badly damaged from that. There's still blood all out. of
Right,
him.
14.
14. That's a hit.
Aye.
5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. Right, you are. But he does get
But
to
can
add his.
I'm aiming to sort of batter the laptop out his horns.
And you're aiming to batter the left. So you would try. Well, if
Mm-hmm.
you try it that would be a
Stunt.
stunt attack.
Yeah.
Which would then mean you wouldn't get damage. And
No, that's
since
fine.
you'd rolled damage before you mentioned it, I'm going to go with you just
Aye.
twatting one.
Belted him because I'm too angry.
Yeah, you do.
Mark's
So-
appeared.
Okay,
Mark.
hello, Mark.
Hello, Mark.
So I need to find rustlers.
Alright, you bunch of pure dafties.
They're on the chill in the fridge. That's why you keep your rustlers. Microwave
Dear
burgers.
God! You've not stopped with these jokes.
I have. I mean, you know.
Jokes. That's really in inverted commas, isn't it?
Okay, so his toughness.
Ryan, chat.
Can I deal with one thing at a time, please? So his toughness, it doesn't get to apply any because he doesn't have any. So you've done 5 points of damage directly to him. So he's got 1 hit point left. So you come charging around the corner and lamp him in the face again. This is the 3rd time you've hit this guy because you beat him up when he was in the car and then you dragged him out of the car and beat him up as well. Right, now in the chat I'll have a look and see what people want. Yeah, that's not a problem.
He's obviously cooking some rustlers burgers.
Yes, quite. Okay, so that's Lizzie done. So it's gang member number 1, please. So he hops out of the. Which one is it? It's him there. So he hops. They don't know that there's a fight going on yet, though. So he's just gotten out of the van and he's kind of milling around waiting for his mates. So Cattle Rustler the second is going to need a morale test. So he needs to beat 15. Oh, he did. So he's no longer afraid. So we take the fear effect off him.
Is this the Red Rustler gang? Because they all seem to be wearing red.
A lot of them do, don't they? Yeah. So he's taking
But
fear
that
effectively.
wouldn't be good if you go into a field with a bull.
No, that's true, actually. Aye. So he comes running up to punch Lizzie for attacking his friend. So he's going to have a crack at Lizzie.
Just going to remind you, I've got that bonus to my toughness this round.
You do, so he's going to have that. If he hits you, if he misses
he
you, you
hits
still
me.
keep that toughness for the next time. So what's your defense?
15.
Right, okay. So you need 15 just to hit you. 19, 6 stun points. So he hit you.
Mhm.
So he goes running up and uppercuts you under the jaw. Poof. Right, he's trying to force you back away from his friend. So that's 2 stun points. So he has skirmished you back this way. Oh, look, 2 will send you straight through that plate glass window. So he punches you with such force you go flying backwards and straight through that window. He's also going to knock you prone, and he's going to do extra damage, which we will assume is because of the window. Oh, come on, man. Get off. Right, okay, so there we go. So you've gone through the window. This is the standard damage that you're going to take, and then I'll do D6.
Yeah, my toughness at the moment is 8.
Okay, so in total he did...
Didn't even phase you.
Nah, so you no longer have the +5 bonus to your toughness, but you just shrugged that off, going through the plate glass window and being punched in the side of the head, while uppercut through the window. It's knocked you off your feet, but it's done nothing else at all.
Can I just ask a quick question, Brian?
Yeah.
I've got the talent of quick reflexes.
Yes.
So, will that affect me getting back up to my prone position?
Yes, it means you get up from a prone position as a free action instead of as half of your movement.
Fantastic.
So, Joe, it's you to go next.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you my justification. I'm going to tell you my action.
Okay.
I've just been assaulted, and my friends have just been hurt. So my ego was hurt, so I'm now going to shoot the person.
Okay, well, you're loaded with rock salt, so you're not going to kill him, but that's...
Yeah.
It is point blank.
Obviously,
so it could be
and
nasty.
again, Joe is unaware of the gang members who are armed, so...
Yeah, you don't know they've arrived yet, yeah.
So the guy who just uppercutted Lizzie is going to get a face full of lead, rock salt.
Right you are.
I'm going to pretend it was lead because it would make Joe feel better.
Okay. So, fire.
I'm going to aim as well.
Okay.
Okay. Use aim, yes. 12. Not great.
That's 12. I think that might be a miss, actually, but you will get a bonus because you outnumber them.
Point blank?
And I'll give you one for point blank as well because I'm feeling generous. So, we'll say that 12 becomes a 4. Actually, the 12 would have hit him anyway, so yeah.
Oh, good.
Bang! You fire the shotgun. There's a massive banging, which the gang members are all startled by, but that will make them tool up and come charging in. There's a chance the police might hear it as well, although there is the sound of rushing cars and sirens, so they might not, but it might get reported.
What's his dexterity?
His dexterity? Oh god, yeah, because you do the extra damage, don't you, to people who have lower dexterity than you. His dexterity is 2. It's handy to be dexterous if you're a cattle rustler.
2, well, mine's higher. My perception is 2. So it's 2d6 plus.
Adam's
6
claiming you don't have the gun
2.
on you, but you actually do.
I
so
do.
I'm not quite sure why Chris thinks you don't, because you specifically described taking it back off Rab at the start when you got off the bike. You definitely do.
I'm saying he didn't have the anti-material rifle on.
Oh no, he's not got that. But that's not. He's just firing a shotgun.
Oh right, yeah, anti-material rifle.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Handy when you're a cattle rustler. Does it say something about Rabs being 5?
Sorry, say that again.
I'm just saying, you mentioned there about dexterity being high would be handy if you're a cattle rustler.
Yeah.
What does it say about Rab with his being 5?
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, when we get to the end of this round, we'll add Rab in. Essentially, what's happened is the party were trying to sneak into the industrial unit where the cattle had been taken, but they were spotted just purely by accident. Somebody just happened to walk out of the door that Joe was about to sneak in. And as he opened the door, they just kind of stared at each other. Joe managed to get him down quietly. Lizzie managed to take one out. Well, Erin and Lizzie, between them, managed to take one out silently. Unfortunately, then things degenerated and the others spotted that there was problems because they heard Lizzie screaming abuse at somebody. You'd actually buggered off because you thought the police were coming. You heard sirens. But you've realised that the police have actually stopped up on the dual carriageway to close the carriageway off. Currently, Bill, the farmer, is handling that. From your hiding place, you saw a van pull in. And you can see a bunch of guys piling out of the van, right? The problem Rab has here is he recognises the guys from the van. It's
Same guys that tried to
Guys
kidnap
from
him.
the same gang
Yeah,
that tried to
undercover.
kidnap you, yes.
Oh, shit.
Right.
So at the end of this round, we will add Rab to the initiative and put you on the table, and you can decide what you're going to do about the fact that 4 of these guys who tried to kidnap you have just rocked up. That was the... yeah. So, Joe, you fired and
Damage.
hit
Do you
this
want me to
guy.
do the
Go ahead
damage
and
now?
do the damage now. Sorry, I just wanted to keep him up on...
24.
24 damage.
Yep.
Fuck. Right, you fire
You
point
did.
blank in the face and he passes out from the pain as this rock salt tears into his face, ripping
And
it
then,
up
like, I look
quite
over,
badly.
and my
What is
eyes,
that damage
my eyes,
roll?
well, 2d6 plus 6 for the shotgun, plus 2 for my perception, and plus 1d6 because I have a higher dexterity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna my eyes are gonna flicker between the others, you know, teeth gritting, saliva drooling, and I'm just gonna say, "Get the fuck back."
Okay, so they're going to need... okay, give me... we'll say intelligence. I'll allow intelligence as you suggested. Give me
My
an...
strength is still higher.
Okay, then give me a strength intimidation test, please.
Fuck's sake! What do I give him? Puppy eyes too.
Please
get back.
However, you never know. You do get a bonus because you've just dropped one of them and you've shot him in the face. With these guys might not have had time to notice that's rock salt and he's still alive because he did pass out instantly when he got a full face full of rock salt. And although it won't have killed him, it can have done some serious... I mean, you can blind people this way, for example. So that is going to give them a penalty to their morale test. So let's start with Gangster 1, who's currently still in the fight but badly injured. And then go with...
Do I get those stun points?
Rustler 2. Yes, you get those stun points.
Oh, that's another for the complication pool too.
It is another for the complication pool. You've just had one complication that's what started this, and he's already like, get in there, let's get some complications piled on. Okay, so let's start with this guy, see if he can beat 9, 10, 11.
I
He's gonna
guess
need to
this
beat
is a social stunt, so I'll put all 6 into impress.
Okay, tell me what that does when I'm...
Gain +1 SP spent to your next social test against the same target at this test.
Okay.
As this test during the encounter. That didn't make sense. But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Okay, so you've terrified the guy who hit you with a laptop. He's
Good.
now lying on the ground, bleeding heavily because Lizzie's beating him up for the 3rd time. The cattle rustler number 4 is over here. Let's just have a quick look at him. He needs to
Fuck's
beat
sake, where I
9.
come from, this is practically a courtship ritual now.
He's all right. He's not that impressed.
Right.
So he must have spotted that it's just rock salt and that you've only got 1 shot left, and he reckons he can bean you in the face with the lead pipe he's holding and knock you unconscious before you can shoot him, is what he's reckoning. Whether he's right or not remains to be seen.
Fucking try it.
Yeah, cattle rustler number 2 is currently locked in the boot of the car. I'm going to take him off the thing. So cattle rustler number 1. Cattle rustler number 2 will only re-enter the action if another complication emerges and if I decide that that complication is him trying to escape.
Right, okay.
Which he may or may not. Okay, so this guy has 1 health point left and is terrified. So he is running the fuck away. So he's going to go charging out there, screaming into the night, which startles the gang members who have just rocked up. He's going to be lucky not to be accidentally shot by one, actually. At this point. However, we will find out what happens later, because right now it's Erin to go. What would Erin like to do?
Right. There's not a lot I can do here. I can move to about
Well, you've just heard a gunshot.
Yeah.
here.
Well, you can move your speed in squares total
It's
as a minor
12.
action, or you can move double that if you're using a major action.
Oh, fuck it then. Yeah, I'll move to up here then. But I can't do anything else.
Well, you've got a minor action left by the time you get there, but that's all. Yeah.
What can I do for a minor action? I've got a tire iron in a shotgun with rock salt in.
Right.
I can't really do a whole lot more. I can't use them because that's a major action.
Yes, that's right. You can brandish them menacingly, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'll try and make this rustler guy think that I've got a properly loaded shotgun.
Okay, give me a strength intimidation roll then.
Alright. It's not going to be good.
Well, you're going to
Well,
need
actually,
to
it's
beat
not that bad.
13. Oh, well, you drew, so 13, but he got stunned, so he wins.
Oh,
So it's a. Oh no, he doesn't, because he's got a penalty, because he's already frightened. So he's now terrified.
I'll have shouted like stop to him, like shouting for him to drop to his knees or whatever.
Okay, then he drops to his knees as instructed.
Right then.
So that's the second.
Should
Sounds
get
all
him
right.
tied up soon.
Yeah, that's the second bloke you've captured out of this group of rustlers. So let's see if the gang members do any better, because they're coming in now. So this one is a bit confused at what the fuck is going on, so he comes running over towards this bloke.
Where the
Now,
fuck are they?
there is a small chance that he will mistake that for an attack. So I'm going to give him an intelligence test. If he beats...
I hope he fails, just because then we'll know they're there.
If he beats 7, he's fine, and he just stops the guy and demands to know what's happening. If he gets less than 7, he panics a bit and clocks the guy with the brass knuckles he's wearing. So let's find out. So gang member... shit.
Come on, he's going to roll a 6.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Member's the right name. He's a complete knob. Right, okay, so he...
What was that first conversation we were having?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Talking about knobs.
Talking of knobs.
Yeah, now somebody's talking about knobs. Okay, so he has managed to punch the guy. He gets +1 damage on this because he's wearing knuckle dusters, and instead of being unarmed damage, it's treated as damagey damage. So that's 3 points of damage. That sparked this guy out completely. Down he goes. Thump.
No.
So he comes running out expecting help from these guys, and they just run out and twat him.
He comes running out and he just goes, ah!
Yes,
Punches him in the face.
Punches him in the face down the face.
Pretty much.
Right,
yeah.
Adam, you to go. What you like to do?
Laugh.
Adam?
Can I go inside?
Yeah, you can go inside.
Would I make it to there? Let me see.
I was going to say, you know your movements. It's
Mate,
your
you
speed
can go
and
up
whatnot.
double your movement.
You ran.
Yeah, but then wouldn't be able to do anything else.
Yeah, if you run, you can move double your movement, but then you don't have a major action, so it's up to you what you're doing.
You can't do anything anyway, really. If you don't get
If you-
there.
If
So...
you've spotted wherever the fuck the gang members are, because I can't find them. You could tell us there's a
I
gang.
think it's only Rab who knows.
Where
To be
are
honest,
they?
I think.
I'm gonna run then.
Okay.
So let's go to there.
Okay.
Well, there.
Actually, this door will be open now, so I will just change onto the dynamic lighting and open the front door.
The loading dock, it's already open for me.
Front door, not the loading
Yeah.
dock. Front door the
Okay.
guy just ran out of is what's currently
All
open. He
right.
didn't stop to
Right,
close
yeah.
it.
Oh, that's where they are. Oh shit.
Right, true.
Yeah.
Right, so is that you done, Chris?
Yep.
Okie
Oh,
dokie.
gang
So
soldiers, they have
next
guns.
up, gang soldier.
Oh fuck.
So he hops down out of the thing, tells his friend off for like, that's our fucking contact, dickhead. It's these fuckers over here you want to get. And he's going to come in pointing a gun down. Actually, you guys are brandishing shotguns, so he already thinks.
I mean, he's coming in here. There's a body on the floor. We've got a hostage.
Yeah, so he's going to open fire from here. So he will shoot at Joe.
Why me?
So the guy who's been punched and been knocked out, his name's Dickhead.
Yeah.
Hang on.
That's what I got from that.
Brian.
Yes.
Jenny also has a shotgun. I think this should be up to chance.
Which
Coin
one of
flip.
yours is smoking now? Just remind me.
If
Coin
I was
flip,
a smoking
Brian.
gun.
So,
I haven't fired mine.
oh,
done.
look at that, and with 5 stun points. So,
Oh.
I can't see the roll.
you can't say the roll. Sorry, I'll take Whisper off. We rolled a 5, a 1, and a 5 for 16 total.
No.
5 stun
No.
points. So he's hit you. So the standard
Ow.
damage is
So it's not a good time to not be wearing my body armor.
8 points of damage, ignoring your toughness.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Now
6,
then.
7, 8.
He also has 5 points of stunts. So let's see what else he does. So this is shooty shoot stunts. So stunts.
Sprays wildly into the crowd.
I think he's probably going to fire at Erin as well, to be honest. Firearm stunts, so he's got 5 to use. Okay, so no, I'm going to have to go with standard melee stunts, and yeah, he's going to make a second attack, so he's going to shoot Erin as well. He's going to try. I mean, he might miss. So, Erin, what's your defense?
12.
Well, he's just rolled 16, so he's hit you. So you've also been shot. Remember that your toughness does not have any effect, because this is ballistic damage. 8 damage.
I'm going to be wearing my body armor after this. If I get out of this.
Okay, so he comes round the corner, takes cover at the door, pops round and like fires off 2 shots, one at Joe, one at Erin. But he's kind of using the door for cover.
Don't worry, Jenny, you get used to being shot. I've been shot loads.
So gang member is going to hop out of the van.
Get into cover.
He's going to run up the
I mean,
here.
yeah, I've got 6 hit points left.
So it's the end of the round, so I need to drag Rab onto the map. I'm just finding.
Yay! Sorry, I'm boot fucking time, mate.
Mark, you're muted.
He's not muted.
Oh, there you are.
I'm not muted at all.
No, I could hear him.
It's weird because I could hear him talking and then I couldn't hear him. I think it's our
It'll be a
lag
delay,
going
maybe.
on.
Yeah. Okay, so I just need to find.
Plus
Rab.
I find it really hard to hear everyone because it keeps breaking up. All
Right.
the
Yeah.
time.
When Joe said he was going to take Erin out for some shots,
Yeah.
this wasn't what she had in mind.
Exactly. Okay, so Rab, you're up there in the top right corner. So if you could give me an initiative roll, please. Okay, so Rab scored 16 on initiative.
It's not on the chart.
Okay, so let me.
That's because I forgot to click on my character before I rolled.
I think you're the only person that at the start,
Really need
like on
Rab
the
to,
first
like,
round, that didn't
fuck
mention
these
it to
guys
as
up.
well. So, add the turn. I'm moving back to where I found them. And then add 16 in there. 16 bosh.
Move me back to where you found me. My ma's going to be awfully surprised.
Okay. Then descending order. Okie dokie. So, yeah, okay. Elizabeth Ryan to go first. What would you like to do?
You said it's a free action for me to get up, right?
Yes. Aye. So I'll just.
Can
take
I
the-
see the shooter for anywhere for where I am?
Oh, aye, you can see him from there. Aye. He's
Right,
standing over
okay.
here by the door.
I'm going to come up for the ground,
Mhm.
and I'm going to charge him.
Okay.
He
Fucking
shot
hell.
both. He shot both shots.
Yeah, but he's
He's
got.
got the actions.
Yeah, but he has not. He's not using a shotgun. He's using a handgun. He's got lots more
Yeah,
shots. But you
But
can
I'm
easily
gonna-
reach him.
Your reminder. Passing a test.
All right. Okay. Alexa, remind me again in 1 hour.
Okay. I'll remind you again
Oh, for
in
fuck's
1
sake,
hour.
Alexa.
Right.
Right.
Okay. You can.
Can I say before I,
Of anything.
I'm going to be trying to push his arms up, push the gun up. You know.
Yeah. Okay. Make a grapple attack. Then.
Yep.
Also move yourself over to him.
Okay. This will probably come as a complete shock to him because he shot them too because he could see him, but I was the other side of a plate glass window.
Yes.
Get that one.
I was wondering why
Our Alexa.
your Alexa's going to remind you that I have to take my medication.
That's amazing.
Isn't it just?
What was that? Don't create a fucking reminder for anything.
This is where, like, every night now at 11 o'clock, I'm going to get a message from you guys going, you've got to take your medicine. Okay.
Just you wait. The next gaming session, I'm
Yeah.
going to turn the Alexa in the kitchen off. And I'm going to get your Alexa to do all kinds of things.
Okay, so I think that might be a hit. Let's just check. That's a cattle rustle.
Remember, I'm charging as well.
Yep, so you get +1, so that's 13. I just need to find gang soldier. I appear to have closed it. So gang soldier.
Our Alexas are starting to communicate with each other.
Yes. Yeah, you've hit him.
evolving.
You've hit
Guy
him.
net.
So you've
Guy
grabbed
net.
grabbed his gun and pushed his gun up and out the way. I'm going to say from what you described, I'm going to call this a disarm stunt attack. You currently have his
Yep.
handgun.
Mhm.
So if I grabbed his arm, pushed it up, and with the other hand, you've just like, with one hand, you've also like rotated his wrist, and with the other one, you've just wrenched the gun out of his hand. So you now have his handgun.
Can I taunt him? Can I say to him, "Who's fucking laughing now, pal?"
You can, yes, and with
And
that,
I'm willing to bet Rab will hear that.
he will, and it's Rab to go. What would you like to do?
Right. That van.
Mhm.
Is that their van?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the van.
Right. Can I light a Molotov and chuck it at the van?
No.
I don't think you've got any because you were on the back of a motorbike.
Do you think that's got to stop Rab?
And firing a shotgun.
Just be glad that Rab wasn't in the back of the motorbike going down the motorway with a Molotov lit in each hand.
You weren't because you were using the shotgun that you'd borrowed off Thingy, who's now got it back.
Yeah,
So you-
that's
Yeah,
also
you
where the
got
firearms
it.
could have come from.
Yeah.
To be fair,
So unfortunately, you
did
don't have a
bring-
Molotov.
yeah.
Can I make a suggestion?
Mhm.
Rab could cut the brakes underneath the van.
Good.
Oh, you could get in the
there's
van and
that
use
gang
it.
member there
run
though
them
that I have
over.
to take care of first.
Yeah, take care of him first
I
then.
think I'll take care of that gang member first.
Okay, go for it. You're
And
going
I
to take
shall
him completely by surprise because he's looking in the wrong direction.
so
I think you should do that. Get in the van and then run the other ones over.
no, I'm not getting in the van and driving it after I've just cut the fucking brakes.
All right, I thought you weren't going to do that.
Do I have my sledgehammer with me?
No.
Damn it. Do I have my 5-axe with me?
Yes.
Right. He's got a 5-axe in the back of the head.
Fucking hell. That's escalated.
Sharp
things a bit.
side or
Go ahead.
blunt side?
Just smack him with the flat.
Remember, we tried not to actually kill them, but you know.
Accidentally.
Oh God.
It was a pure accident, officer. I slipped on a glassy cherry, right?
30.
You know what's
You've hit
going to be
him.
great?
You've hit him in the back with an axe. Go ahead and roll the damage.
You know what's going to be great if we kill someone? You know that fridge that you've been trying to clean the blood out of? It's going to get more blood in it. Just as you get it clean.
That'll be 13 damage.
13 shit, right, okay. So his toughness is 2. So that's 11 damage.
Get more dead bodies in the fridge.
So you come up, you run up behind him and you swing for his head. At the last minute, he turns around to see what's going on, yells, brings his arm up, and you hack deeply into his arm and right down it. So you've broken his arm. You've very badly maimed him, or very badly injured him. Maim's a very specific thing in this, but yeah, he's in quite a bad way from that first attack. So Joe Watson to go. What would you like to do?
Am I able to major action shoot, minor action move in that
Yes,
order?
yes.
Okay.
Who are you going to shoot?
Who do you think?
Lizzie?
No, the person who's to the side of Lizzie. She's in a tussle with him, you know.
No, I took the gun off him. I've taken the gun off him and I'm pointing at him.
Yeah, I'll shoot around him. I'll shoot around
Yeah, you can't shoot around him from there, no.
Not with a shotgun, anyway.
And you know that the only thing worse than taking somebody's gun off them and pointing at them is twisting their nipples and demanding the whistle.
Oh, that was just
Fine
weird.
then. I'm
Right,
going
you
to
come
move-
over and make him get on the ground and tie him up. There you go.
He
Sorted.
shot me. I'm shooting him back.
No shooting him.
Joe is very vengeful. Joe is not going to take getting fucking shot lightly. He's shooting him back. Then you can tie him up.
Who does take getting shot lightly?
Well, certainly not me. I am going to move to like there.
Right, you are.
Oh God, there's not much cover. Wait a minute. I need to plan this out more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I'm going to take cover behind the desk, and then I'm going to shoot him.
Right.
You
Okay.
missing, you hit me, mind. That's going to be hell on.
From there, let me just.
It's a shotgun.
It's a shotgun. You definitely.
Yes,
There's
it's
definitely
a long barrel double. It's a long barrel double barrel. They're surprisingly accurate at close range.
That's not close
If it
range.
was a sauna, that's close range. Shotguns can reach like 40 meters.
That is not
5
close
meters,
range
that's
for a
close range.
shotgun that's already started to spread by 5 meters out.
I started to spread. You'll be fine, Lizzie, man. Just step to the side. Anyways.
Pulling away. Why didn't he stand there and shoot this guy? That was...
Because I want to get out the way of danger in case any more of them have guns.
Yeah, just take 17 steps to the side.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll.
I cannot aim because I have used my minor action.
Okay,
13.
so 13. Lizzie, what's your defense? Because you are in the blast radius.
My defense is actually 15.
Okay, so you fling yourself backwards as this idiot fires a gun far too close to you. So you've peppered a little bit with rock salt. It tears like holes through your clothing, but doesn't actually do you any harm.
What clothing?
Yeah, what little you got left after the
A
fire.
baggy pant leg, basically.
This guy has also been hit. Oh no, because he's in cover, so this guy has not been hit.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Although, having said that, that would only take us from there. It would
see
only
him from-
take it up to 13. Doesn't matter if you can
See
see
him.
him. That's not how cover works, right? Cover doesn't mean
I know,
you're,
but like
you're
at this,
either.
I mean, like at
unco-
this
Shush.
angle, I can.
Cover doesn't mean you're either entirely open or entirely invisible. It means part of you is out of the thing. So
Yeah, it's across that corner.
Yeah, it's across. Yeah. So yeah, he's in
That
cover.
bit of
That
wall
takes
there.
him defense to 13. You rolled a 13. You actually do still hit, but it's just barely. Go ahead and roll the damage. While you're
Is his dexterity less than mine?
Let's find out. 2.
Yeah, it's less than mine.
Okay, so you get to do the extra damage.
I'm only being this stupid because I've taken a lot of damage.
Oh
and
yeah.
As you guys know, this guy
Lack
has
of
an
blood,
ego.
is it?
Yes.
Yeah, this guy has an ego. He's not going to be taken. So slash R 2d6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 1d6. 18 damage.
18 damage. Right, you are. It's rock salt, isn't it? So at this
Yes.
speed, though, it still counts as ballistic, so it will still ignore his toughness. So that's 18 damage directly through him.
That's going to sting.
Yeah, that stings a bit. That's really annoyed him. Look at that, he's in the yellow and everything.
He has a lot of health. Holy shit.
Yeah, the gang soldiers have a lot of health, the
That's because
gang
he's
members
weak
not
as
so
well.
much.
Yeah, that's
Sorry
why
for
the red
almost.
shirts.
Sorry for almost shooting you, Marie. I'm glad it didn't.
Cattle Russell 16. Who's he? He's
16, 5 rather, is out. He's out cold. He's the one that got gang member that Rab has just hit with an axe. Screams and runs into the vehicle and locks the door.
That won't stop Rab.
Nope, probably not. It's Erin to go next. What would you like to do?
Right. God. I've been thinking about this. Can I run up and grab this guy and kind of use him as cover?
Sorry, just ping which guy? I was looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
Like
guy with
this
the pink cane.
guy?
Yes,
The
he's
one who
terrified, so he
runs?
can't defend himself. So you can just grab him. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll grab him. I'll have like my arm around his neck. I don't have
Oh, it's a
anything to like
It's a pipe.
It's, yeah, it's a lead pipe.
a pipe.
I thought it was his pink
Yeah, the
cane.
guy's Colonel Mustard.
Yes.
Sorry if I'm sort of understanding something very well. It's because everybody's really badly for me. I think there's something up with our internet, Mark. But,
It's you.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move forward with this guy.
Mhm.
I want to try and sort of get in here with him, using him as like my cover.
I think there
I
is
can't
actually a
move him,
human
though.
shield stunt.
Yeah,
There might be, actually. Yeah.
is there?
Might be.
There is. You and your targets make a pose.
If
grapple
not, we might
rolls.
just have
If
invented it.
you win.
Make a pose.
So
Yeah.
pretty much a human shield would be any ranged targets against you take a -2 penalty until the beginning of next turn.
Okay. I'm not going to make you make the opposed rolls because he's already terrified. So if you grab him as a human shield, I'm going to say that's an automatically successful stunt attack. So you've grabbed him.
Would
used
I? Sorry, go on.
No, you
I'll
go
let you
ahead.
Finish first. Oh, I was just thinking that is most of my movement. Would I also be able to get an attack in on this guy?
No, because
Or would I not be
grabbing
able
this
to?
guy would have to have been
Yeah.
a stunt attack, so that would have been a major action.
All right. It does mean I'm blocking off Joe from shooting him because I don't.
Well, that,
Joe's calmed down now. I
that's
need
what-
That's a
to.
good
that's
idea.
what you think. I mean, shooting through you is not beyond Joe's...
Joe has to now reload the shotgun, which will give him time to think.
does,
Shooting his friends probably isn't a good idea.
Yeah.
Joe's
Adam.
dictionary was missing the words friendly fire and all that.
Yeah. Adam, you to go.
So let's see. Where is Aaron? There.
I'm over here, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna move forwards again. Can I get into the room this time? Wait, who's this? Down here. Oh, he's knocked out. Okay.
Yeah, he's already tied up.
It's gonna get me to there.
Okay.
Oh. God, it's taking me a while to get here. Sorry, guys.
You are quite slow compared to a lot of the other characters. Like,
Oh wait, my movement's actually
So-
12.
well, that's a
It's actually
standard.
12.
Yeah, that's a standard movement.
you
So
over
if
here.
you run, you would get double.
If I
that.
ran last time, then I would have actually got to here.
Mhm.
So this is with just minor action. So I can either run further. Can I charge him or not?
Well, the
Could do,
minor
but
action that would be a major action to charge. So a minor action would have you back there. So if he's more than 6 meters away, then no, you can't. So let's just have a look. He's 9, so no, you can't.
Okay.
I mean, you can run up to him, but you wouldn't get an attack at the end of it.
Okay, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna run to here
Mhm.
instead.
Mhm.
Can I drop? I don't know if it's an action. It is an action, I guess. I've got the weapons back on me. That's all. I'm gonna drop it.
oh, right, okay.
Okay, I'll allow dropping the bag as free action.
Okay, that's it.
All right.
Okay, so you've dropped the weapons bag there. It is gang member this guy to go next. He's the guy who sparked out the cattle rustler. He's aware that there's like shooting going both ways. I'm not sure
Turn
he's
around, go back in the van.
entirely happy about this. I think I'm going to need a morale test. So I'm going to say he needs to beat 13 on a willpower morale test, otherwise he's getting back in the van.
Which is locked.
15. He's beating it. He's really angry at you guys, so he's going to come running in and belt somebody instead, is what he's going to do. So he comes running in. He's convinced that while Lizzie is busy pointing the gun at his boss, she won't notice him come charging up and try and get it off her. So he's going to run in, and he doesn't think he can down her in one punch, so he's going to have to make a stunt attack, disarm. So if he
Hot potato with a gun.
yeah, so he's going to attempt an unarmed attack. 20, but he didn't stunt. So Lizzie, you need an unarmed attack, and you need to beat 20, otherwise he's grabbed the gun off you.
So what am I using for that? Just fighting?
Just your unarmed attack, or fighting if you don't have an unarmed attack in your.
We've got brawl and
attack
strike,
list.
grapple,
Grapple
and then
will do.
fighting.
Yeah.
Grapple, yeah.
Or brawl and strike. Either one of those would be fine. But you do need
I'm
to
gonna
beat
use-
20.
Fuck no.
Nope, so he
That's
comes
the
out
worst
of
roll I've made
nowhere
all
and just
night.
grabs the gun off you. So he now currently has the gun.
Which is not good at all.
It's not, is it? Because you know these guys are daft enough to fucking use them, whereas I'll not say that you guys aren't, but yeah. So
Fine, guys, I'll get it back off him. I've got the highest fighting.
yes. So it's gang soldier who grabs the gun off the guy who's grabbed the gun off you. So that's his minor action, is to grab his gun back off his mate. And his major action is going to be, well, he can't hit Lizzie there without shooting his friend in the face. So
Oh, you should do that.
it's
You should do
liable to be you, Aaron, I'm afraid. Or Adam's a fresh combatant. He might be able to see him.
Let's,
Well, I'm
Erin's got a human
holding
shield.
that.
Aaron's got a human
Yeah,
shield.
I'm holding
yes,
that guy
of course.
right in front of me.
So
Yeah.
shit, he hasn't got he hasn't got a clear shot at anybody, has he?
No.
Himself, he
doesn't.
can shoot himself.
He's used a minor action already, so he can't move for a better location and still fire this round. So he's going to move for a better location. He's going to run down here, but he's not going to get a shot at the end of the round. Is the thing. Okay, so that's him done. So it's gang member, this guy, who is also a bit stuck. As
Wait, a
far
better
as...
shot. That guy has a. He has a gun. I thought it was the other guy who got the gun.
Right.
Am I
so,
misunderstanding?
yes, because I specifically said this guy took the gun off Lizzie.
Yes.
And that on this guy's first turn, his minor action was to take the gun off his friend. I actually said that twice.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. There's a lot going on. It was probably just that you naturally filter my voice out because nobody ever listens to me.
Lapse in concentration.
Yeah. It happens. It happens. Don't worry about it. Okay, so yeah.
Welcome to being a parent, Brian.
It's awful. I don't like it. Okay, so this gang member here, fuck. There's nothing you can do because you've kind of blocked that with your humans. He's going to try and twat you with his. Is this the guy with the machete? It is. He's going to try and hit you with a machete. If he would have hit.
Me?
Yes. If he would have hit but only misses because of the human shield, he hits the human shield. Okay.
Excellent.
So what's your
Poor
defense?
guy. It's only 12.
Okay, so 14 he needs to hit you. If he gets a 12 or a 13, he accidentally hits his friend. So this is
His friend's like, yeah, thanks for
member.
taking the risk, like.
Yeah. Missed
No.
everybody. It was just like
Brian was. Oh, was he not? Oh.
no, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. It's just with the human shield. It says if they fail a ranged attack, then they hit the shield. But that was a knife. I was just
That
double
was
checking.
hand to hand. Yeah. No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Lizzie to go next then.
Kick him in the taint.
I wasn't expecting that.
Do you know what the thing
Well,
is?
you
Is I
expect
was
to kick in the
I actually was expecting.
I was thinking that's the next thing to do, isn't it?
If I kick him in the balls, can I use acrobatics? No, seriously.
Do like a backflip.
Probably a
Yeah,
backflip
yeah,
and
do
kick
a
him in the-
360 flip and kick him in the nuts. If you do a 360 flip, can you kick him in the nuts twice?
I need to start taking some skills like roundhouse kicking that because I had to with my
Yeah.
deck I'd kick the fuck out of people.
Martial arts is that specialization or a talent, Brian?
I think,
think it's a talent.
I think it's a talent. Yeah.
Well, if it's a special and on combat's a specialization, level 4 is when you get your specialization. So
Good point.
Can you imagine if Rab knew Kung Fu instead of fuck you?
Yeah.
instead of
Oh,
see
God.
you,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, Marie?
I'll twat the guy in front of me.
Okay, go for it.
So that'll be a brawling strike, yeah.
Okay, so
15.
13 is a hit against a gang member. 6
Full
damage.
damage.
What the fuck did you hit him with?
I kicked him in the fucking taint.
Yeah. Really, yeah.
Okay, so you kind of take a few jabs for his jaw, and as he brings his fists up to block, you kick him right in the bollocks. and,
Fucking leave Daisy alone.
and Rab to go. What would you like to do?
What Rab would really like to do is take off his t-shirt, shove it in the petrol cap, and set it on fire.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Giant motherfucker.
Oh, my God.
Okay.
That's right out there. That is right out the anarchist handbook, but none of us want to see Rob with his t-shirt.
Are you trying to say I'm ugly or something?
So that's going to be a stunt
Kind of
attack.
weak, let's go, guys, at the first sign of the sun start taking their tops off and they're grey.
So if you'd like to give me a standard brawling strike or unarmed attack.
if he stands up against the van with his shirt off, will he be invisible?
Probably.
And that's a success. 2 stun points, that's enough. So this idiot has forgotten to lock the petrol cap, so you've to open it, taken your top off, you wrap it up and stuff it down into the... Get in there. Right? So you've stuffed your t-shirt into the petrol tank.
And you know that the entire time Rab's muttering obscenities under his breath.
Yes.
Aye, man, jump in the fucking van. Well, yeah, you ball bag. I'll fucking show you. I'm fucking Rab. I'll kick your fucking... No, in fact, I'll no kick your cunt and I'll fucking blow you up, you bam.
Okay. So we end Rab's go with him attempting to set this thing on fire. Unfortunately, T-shirt off, minor action, petrol thing and stuffing it in there, major action. So you haven't actually set it on fire this round, but you've set everything up ready to. So Joe Watson, what would you like to do?
I would like to ask you a question.
Yes, go ahead.
So it's a major action to reload a double barrel. If I only loaded one shell, could it be a minor?
Let me just check that. I think the answer to that is yes, but I just need to check something. So, here we go.
Because there's a guy with a gun and he's got a shot on all of my friends.
That's a very good point. So, shields, ranged weapons. Here we go. So, excuse me. Shotgun. Oh, bloody fine shotgun. Automatic rifle, stun gun.
It is page 73.
I was actually looking on the little Games Master's card, but I don't. Blunderbuss must. Ah, wait a minute. I'm treated as a. Yup.
I can. Cool.
Yep.
Then I will do that. I will put a single shell in there and I will shoot this guy.
Okay, well, it's in good cover there, so take a shot. See what happens. Yeah.
Can I hold my action until he moves out of cover then?
Yes, you can. And the minute
Then I'll do that.
minute he steps round to shoot at any of you guys, you can shoot at him. So, gang member, it's the one in the van who's screaming for the others. Oh man, he's nearly cut me fucking arm off. Come and help. So, Erin, you to go. What would you like to do?
Oh shit, my go already. I was too busy laughing at
Rab.
Can I try and charge you while still holding on to the guy's the human shield? Which one?
You tell me.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'll try and charge this guy using this guy as a human shield.
Okay.
And I'm gonna like, I'm like gonna keep him in between us, but I want to try and like.
Okay, so he's too close to get a bonus for charging, but you can still sort of ram him with the human shield if you wish. So
yeah,
make
I'm
an
trying
unarmed
to.
strike.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to knock him over, I guess.
So you could make that a stunt attack. Would give you 2 points of stunts if you succeed, which you could then use to knock prone or skirmish.
What would I roll for this then?
Standard unarmed attack. If you don't have that in your attack box, just use fighting.
I've got brawling.
A brawling strike. That'll do. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's gonna, is it gonna
Anytime I say either brawling strike or unarmed attack, those two terms are interchangeable, so you can use the one in place of the other.
It is not wanting to roll. That's weird. Right, I'll just roll.
I can roll it for you if you're having a problem.
Yeah, I'm clicking on it. It's not doing anything.
Just where like 700 of them come up all at once.
Yeah, I know. I'm just waiting for that.
Let me just see. Erin, Black.
I don't know if this is just my internet being weird or what.
Might be. Let me see now. Oh god, you're not very good at this.
No, not really. I've got fighting, like 1 in fighting, but you know. It's not bad.
14 if hit him. Okay, so 2 stun points. That has knocked him prone. So you've gone straight over the top of them, basically. You just rammed him with the other guy and knocked him flying.
Can I hit him as well? Because I've got a tire iron.
You can. Well, it has to be one or the other. You're either attacking for damage or you're attacking for a stunt. you have to decide.
Right,
which,
it's
but
fine. Yeah, it was just whether I didn't know whether that would just count as movement or not.
No.
But no, knock him prone, that'll do.
Right. Okay. So you can move yourself over the top of him if you want to, and you're prisoner. And
Yes.
it's Adam Taylor to go next.
Yep. I can either heal Joe or I can assist on what's going on here.
You can heal me when I get shot. I'll be fine.
Any second
Are you
now.
sure?
If I miss my shot, yeah.
Okay, so my minor action, I'm gonna do inspire.
Okay. So if you'd
So
like to tell
everyone
everybody
gets,
the effect.
Okay. Inspire is my power. You inspire calm and courage into all your friends and allies. If they are conscious and within sight of you, they gain +1 bonus to all willpower related tests
Okay.
during the current event.
So in the unlikely event that any of the bad guys manage to do enough for you guys to need morale tests, you will all gain +1. But so far, things have not been panning out in their favour, it has to be said.
Wait, where's the enemy? Is this the enemy right here? This is an enemy?
Here is your reminder.
No, that
This
is
guy. That's my
Shy.
human shield.
yeah.
Here is your
So
reminder.
since you moved out, I'm just going to move you out of the way because you went straight over the top of him, didn't you? So
Yeah.
I'll just put you over there. So this is the next bad guy here, or this one here.
Or that one, yeah.
I can naturally use my movement, can't I?
Yes. Well,
Hmm?
it would have to be yes. You can move because I'll say your attack is a charge, but you haven't moved far
I'm
enough to.
going to
gain
class it
bonus
as an
bonus.
attack. I am going to attack. I'll just.
Yeah, so it's a charge.
I mean, I did just knock this guy prone, so you might.
I would have seen these as it came round anyway.
So that's a charge attack,
Um,
but you don't
who's
get
this?
a bonus to hit. That's the bad guy she knocked over and trampled when she went past.
Okay. There, okay, and he's out. Okay, I'm going to
He's got a note.
finish. So, who's the guy with the gun?
He's
Nobody
by the
here.
window to the south.
This guy has a gun.
Well, the guy on your right, Chris, he has a knife. The guy on the ground.
Yes, the guy on the ground has a knife, machete.
A machete. Fucking hell, okay. Even bigger.
Right. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this a window?
Yes.
I'm going to jump through the window and try and get the gun off that guy.
Jesus.
Okay, we can give this a try. Give me a strength might test. The window is toughened, but not bulletproof. So you are
Be funny
going
if it
to
was. You
need
just run into
a 13 or better to go through
The embarrassing just run up to it and bounce.
it. Well, either way, you're going to take some
Can I
damage.
change that to a fighting and use my staff to break the window as I'm going through it?
Yeah. I mean, yes, but then you won't have an attack when you're on the other side.
Oh
'cause
yeah,
you've
yeah,
moved
okay,
over.
no worries. I'll try the strength.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, you went
You're
straight through it.
fine.
So you just run straight through the window. You are going to take some damage from that though, because running
It's
through
fine.
a glass window is not a safe thing to do. 1 point of damage.
That's only
Your
one.
toughness can apply to
Ain't
that
not
though,
bad.
so that's probably
Okay.
taking it down to 0.
Yeah.
That has
It's all
taken this
getting
guy
very,
somewhat by surprise, so feel free to hit him.
It is getting very action hero-y this now, isn't it?
It is now, isn't it?
I want hit him with what?
What do you want to hit him with?
Or what?
Well, I
You've
want to
got
get the
your staff,
weapon off
haven't
him.
you?
I've got my stat.
Oh, you want to
okay,
get the
I'll shoot that.
weapon off him, so it's a grapple stunt attack then.
Is that fighting? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
11. He's going to have to try and beat that.
It's very low for me.
Yeah, that is quite low. I think he's probably going to manage to beat that a bit. Have I closed the fucking gang
Brian,
boss
stop doing
account?
that.
I know. Every fight, there's always like one character I keep closing. I don't know what's wrong with me.
But I've not took him by surprise by jumping out of a window.
I mean, yeah, you've taken them by surprise, but that's not really going to help a great deal in trying. Well, it might a little bit, I suppose.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, maybe it give you like.
What did he get?
Oh shit!
17.
It's really not going to help you enough to beat that. So you try to grab the gun off him. Fail, unfortunately for you.
I wish I'd
So-
just attacked him now.
Yeah. So 13, this guy is going to punch Lizzie in the face, and then he might run for it actually, because things are not going their way at all. So I think he's going to
It's
punch
all
you and
right.
run.
Rab will distract them next round.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So he's going to. That's a gang member swinging.
I'm
for...
going to regret being this close to that van, aren't I?
I would imagine so.
I don't know what he's up to, so.
Joe is going to get a better shot on him in this
So
thing.
where is it? Okay. So this says chain, but it's the same as. Oh, actually no, it would be another.
Cool guys,
point
don't look at
plus one.
explosions.
So that's 17. That's a hit. He does 1 point more damage than this is going to see. So that's 4 points of damage to Lizzie, but our toughness
I'll only
applies.
take 1 because my toughness is 3.
Fucking hell, right? So he clocks you one, and you're like, "Is that the best you can do?" And then he decides to run away because he doesn't want to be beaten up by this small girl.
Lizzie's fucking nails, like.
Oh, she is, aye. Right, so he's running off into the van because he hasn't noticed that somebody is about to set his petrol tank on fire.
Oh dear. Yeah.
Bad luck for him. So it's the gang soldier next, so now he has a target. He doesn't need to step out of cover to shoot. He is going to shoot at him in the face.
Can I still try and shoot the guy, seeing that he's going to go shoot Chris?
Unfortunately, you cannot see enough of him from... Well, no, I'll allow you to try, but he is still in heavy cover.
It's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot.
I may as
but
well
you
try.
are using a shotgun, so there is a risk you'll hit.
Yeah. Good luck, me.
Hey,
Is it
nice.
16 enough?
Okay, 16 is definitely enough, and you've got 6 stunt points.
Yeah, I'm not having one of my friends get hurt.
Okay.
The firearm stunt. Firearm stunts?
Yes. Firearms or general
if you make
combat
an attack
stunts.
with
Pick from either of those.
Increase it. Not that one. You pepper an area with bullets if it doesn't. Don't really want that. I'm just going to do extra damage.
Okay, go for it.
So general combat, which would be, what's that do?
Well, for 6 stunt points, you can get lethal
You
shot,
do a
which
lot.
is an extra 2d6.
I can. Yeah, I'll do that. And then I'll do a rapid reload as well,
Okay.
which I think is
Plus, you get an extra d6 because your dexterity is higher than his.
Yes. So
Fucking
I'm
hurt,
just
isn't
hoping that if I roll low, he's gonna get shot. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But plus 2 plus. So I'm doing 2d6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 3d6.
Fucking hell.
23 damage.
Jesus. Right. Okay. So, and this is ballistic
ones on
damage.
the end,
So
come on.
his toughness doesn't. Oh shit. Okay. In which case, how would you like that to happen?
I can't see too much of him, but what I do see is the gun come up, and I just aim for like its forearm, and it like blows a chunk of his forearm out.
Right. So he
God.
is taken out, but you're not using lethal force because it's rock salt.
No.
So he's screaming and running away. So he's out of the fight. He's going to run off and.
He
get
could
in
pass
there.
out from the pain.
Towards the van that's about to explode.
Towards. You might pass out from the pain, actually. Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say he gets about like that far and then just collapses in the bushes.
And I'll give a gentle nod to Adam.
Right, you are. So another gang member gets to go. He's going to spend half his action to get up and the other half to get in a van. Get in a van. You can hear him yelling, "Go, go, go!" Which, interestingly enough, is exactly what they're going to do. However,
That's the end of the turn.
that is the end of the turn. Yes. So it is Lizzie to go first.
Oh God.
Yeah, their driver had already acted, so he doesn't get to pull away till he comes round to his initiative again, and Rab goes first.
They all seem to be running.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go back here and make sure. Yeah, I know we knocked this guy unconscious.
Mhm.
I'm going to make sure he's still breathing.
Okay, you head to make sure that that guy is still breathing. Give me a medical roll, please. That's intelligence medicine.
I don't really have any medicine, I don't think.
Okay.
Got intelligence, so I'll just roll intelligence.
11 or better than.
There you go. Fucking hell, best roll I've done for
Right, you
about
are.
10 rounds.
So yeah, you've stabilized him. He is going to survive his encounter with you bunch of fucking psychos.
There is something wrong with us. We are
There-
mental.
Yeah, there definitely is something wrong with you. But that's okay. This is the beginnings of the apocalypse. Things are only going to get worse.
We have an excuse.
So that's wrapped going there because oh dear God.
Oh god. Light the thing and fucking leg it. That's his plan.
Aye, man, that's you poor infant now, right? By the way, because I've just found my fucking lighter in my pocket in your van, and you are about to fucking get it. And with that, Rab lights the cloth, and once it's lit, Rab is getting to fuck.
Okay, so you light the cloth. You can see the cloth's burning away, smouldering away nicely, and then you get to fuck. As the rest of you are, doing the various bits and pieces as this fight starts to wind down, the van tears away. First
Oh
thing,
my god, no, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Oh,
you see
God, it's about to do something very different quite soon.
yeah, oh no, I mean it does tear away. It just means it's not going to be standing here when it blows up.
Yeah, which is good.
Exactly.
None of them
gonna
have
be
noticed there is a burning rag sticking out of their fuel tank.
Oh man, some people in motors are about to get a hell of a surprise.
What happened to? Let's not kill anyone.
No plan survives first in contact with Rab.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure that Rab owed them not one.
Yeah. So, very shortly after it screeches away, you hear a loud explosion from the main road
And a fireball.
Oh my god!
and the fireball.
Fuck, killing himself.
To be fair, that's going to distract the police for a little bit as well.
It probably will,
It
yeah.
really is going to distract the police for a little bit. However,
We can
it's
get away.
also
Probably.
going to have a hell of a lot of them heading this way. So, what
It's
do you
went
guys?
from like a potential shootout to a fucking like terrorist attack or something.
Yeah, pretty much. So, what are you guys going to do?
We need to get them cows out here.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I'm
gonna-
going to get the cows out because look at they've been starving them.
How are we
They
going
put-
to
they were
get
gonna
away from the
starve-
police and carry cows?
I'm going to put my lower jaw out and I'm going to say to Joe, we rescue the fucking cows, right?
Well, we have someone back at the farm, and he can probably get the vans that are actually for the cows and bring them.
We're
in.
Police are on the way. I
rescuing
think
the
we should- I
fucking.
think-
I'm not moving unless the cows
We got
go. I'm
moving,
not
yeah.
leaving Daisy here with these fucking
Hear me out.
assholes.
Hear me
This-
out. The arseholes are dead. We've killed
No,
them.
they're
all.
not dead. That
Did
one's
you see
alive,
the
and that
explosion?
one's alive. I
There's
don't
none of
care
them
about
dead
them.
except the ones that were in the vehicle. Everybody
I
else
was
is,
telling her that.
was-
I know. There's a couple prisoners.
Yeah.
But hear me out. Hear me out. We set the cows free. They wander around. The farmers will pick them up and everything. We make this look like a gang shootout because there was gang members. They're known gang members. We make this look like a gang
I mean, the
shootout.
cows are tagged, so
Yeah, I think
The
that's a
cows
good
will get
idea,
home safe.
actually. Make it look like it was
The
they were
cows will get
fighting
home
each
sick.
other.
Why don't you make an anonymous phone tip off to the
Yeah, yeah.
police?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we
Should
get
we?
fucked.
Should
I'd
we
say,
grab the
oh.
pistol that's been
We're
dropped on the floor? Should we
taking
leave it?
Daisy, but we're not leaving Daisy.
Feed it and leave
'cause
it.
Daisy's Bill's coup, and Daisy's my favourite, and I'm not leaving Daisy here.
Right, well,
Look
we
at it,
can.
we can take Daisy at least because we've got this here.
We
haven't we?
take this box just take it, put it on the car.
Well,
I'm guessing.
while we're having this argument, I'm taking all the feed that's there and trying to feed the skinny cows.
Right, okay.
Because I
Okay.
think, I mean, we'll be able to figure out the cows will end up going back to who they belong
And I'll be
to.
petting them and saying things like, it's alright, you're going to go home now, you're not going to be stuck in this barn with them arseholes. I've sorted them out.
Okay.
And I think what we should do, maybe,
Clean up.
is, yeah.
We probably
These-
bled a lot.
These
Well,
guys,
any weapons that you want taken back, put them into the bag, and I'll put them back in the back of the boot of the car.
I'll give you
Yeah, put the shotgun in there.
Bill's shotgun. Because that was what I had, and the only other thing I had was a tire iron.
And clean that pistol that's on the floor because it's got Jenny's. Sorry, it's got Erin's fingerprints on it.
Lizzie's.
That's
got
true. Yeah.
Lizzie's
At this
Well,
point,
Lizzie's.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it doesn't have mine.
at this point, Joe's went back to his bank robbing days, as in like, right, we need to GTFO. So I
Yeah.
think at this point, I'd kind of be instructing people on what to do, how to clean up, and then we'd
Yeah.
have like a good cohesive team of
I would-
clean up.
I would
before we go.
absolutely agree. This is very much in Joe's wheelhouse. He was a bank robber. He is used to cleaning up a crime scene to leave as little evidence as possible. So he comes into his own. He's like, do this, do that, do the other thing, clean that, do that, and he just like has it organized like a military operation. Just bang, bang, bang. And within about 20 minutes, you've got the crime scene cleaned up, and you have rigged it to look like the gang and the cattle rustlers were shooting at each other.
Yeah.
I think Joe's hit his profession that much today. He deserves a conviction point.
And then next thing you know, he's selling insurance for Direct Line.
Okay. First thing is, I would totally agree that Joe gets a conviction point.
Sick.
So you get a
What,
conviction
for what crime? What crime did he commit?
not that kind of conviction. Secondly, what was I going to say?
What's Rab's conviction? Because
Blow things up, pyromaniac.
I
Young
probably
mate Bab's not got any convictions, right? Nobody's
Depends on
ever
your
caught him.
drive and your profession.
He's never been convicted. He's been accused.
yeah.
Aye, man. Nobody saw nothing. You can't prove anything, right?
Okay, so no, I've completely
he
lost track of what I was going to say.
Unfortunately,
Oh, yeah.
I'm maxed out on conviction points.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, there you go then.
Unfortunate.
What level are you now?
3.
3.
You're level 3, and what's it say is your maximum conviction points?
4.
4. That's right, it is. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you're maxed out on conviction points. That's fine. We'll work out who else is due any. Probably between games, I think is probably the best way to do this.
Rab probably.
I'm gonna start healing people while the others are clearing the place and making it like we weren't here.
Okay, so yeah, this is about the 4th time I've tried to say this.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. And I've forgotten again. So it can't have been that important if I've forgotten it 4 times. Surely it can it?
We've
Must have
cleaned
been
up.
wise.
We've cleaned up the crime scene. You know, we've made it look like a gang, and the cattle rustlers had a shootout.
Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you. There you go. Thank you very much, Games Master 2.
I was
Okay,
just
so-
repeating what you said before. I was hoping.
I've
it was gonna,
already
like,
said
jog
that.
your memory.
Okay, right. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so you clear the place
Yeah,
up. You
again.
make it. Oh, I know what it was. You make it look like the gang and the cattle rustlers were fighting each other. However, what are you going to do with all the prisoners?
Well, maybe we can.
I mean, the chances are they're not going to admit that, like, you guys came in and did this, because they would, in
Yeah.
doing so, they would be admitting to a bunch of other crimes. They would have to admit
Uh-huh.
that they'd been up
Could
at
we get them to work for us?
Nah, I think we should
slave
just leave
labour. Is that what
them.
you're suggesting?
Yeah.
Leave them here.
Committed enough crimes.
Feed him to the pigs, Earl.
So,
I
Jenny,
think we should just leave them here for the police to get them and tell them
Yeah.
that they better fucking not say anything about us because it wouldn't be good for them either.
okay.
Found them again. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I can actually see them trying to sit. So at that point, a wee mad Glasgow woman with loads of war paint on, half naked, dropped off the roof and screamed at me, and I pissed my pants. Funny tell the police that, aye.
Oh yeah, Lizzie, I did bring a hoodie for you.
I'll put the hoodie on.
Oh.
Okay.
It's
Could I
probably one
have
that isn't about 5 sizes too big, but I'll put the hoodie on.
could I have an intelligence roll from everybody, please?
Sure.
Does this include me?
No,
any
because you
specifics?
wouldn't be there. And actually,
I know
I'm
what it's gonna
trying to
be.
think who
Can I-
else.
I think I know what it's going to be.
As if Rab got 15 on intelligence.
Rab is
Bullshit.
actually the other person who wouldn't know, so he doesn't get to make a roll.
Yeah,
I
okay.
got 18 with 6 stunt points.
I'm just
Is it
trying
to do with the horse box?
No, it's not.
Oh.
18. I'm just trying to think if you know about it. You don't actually. So, what
got
did Erin get?
I got 12.
Okay, and what did Chris? What did Adam get?
Got a 14, but I'm not sure if research is meant to be added to that. Otherwise, it'd be 16.
It wasn't, so it was
14.
right. Okay, that's high enough. So sadly, because it would have been really funny if you'd forgotten, but sadly you remember you've got one of the prisoners in the boot of the car and you let him
Oh,
out.
shit,
and
yeah.
the others-
Yeah, I remember that.
If you'd both failed the roll, I was going to say, like, when you're driving away, you realise that you've still
There's
got
this
one
banging
of the guys
noise
in
from
the
the
back.
boot.
Yeah.
We'll take him out and put him with the others then.
Okay.
It's like that Eskimo
And
cowboy
now,
video.
I'll remove the
Oh,
hoist from the car as well.
Okay,
Driving
so
in my Cadillac.
yeah, so you get away with Daisy, and you make the call to the police to say that you think somebody's been rustling. Well, actually, you tell me what you're saying.
I was going to say, right, I presume they're relaying to me all of what's gone on
Yes, yeah.
via the phone sort of thing.
Yeah.
So how about we make the anonymous phone call from the farm, effectively?
Right.
Okay, it's going
So
to be
it's
from
not
a
in that
burner
general
phone, one of our
location.
burner phones. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll say there's been a gang fight over at the industrial estate. At this, we witnessed it from, or it was witnessed from a distance. Just letting you know that people were like there were shots fired. A white van drove off with some people in it. It was on fire, and there's a building with a load of people at this location. Give them the address.
Right.
Okay.
That have been injured.
Yeah. Okay.
Might have been
involved in the fight.
taking cows.
Yeah.
Like
No, I'm not
stealing
saying
cows.
anything. Not saying anything about cows.
But you're giving them the
All
address
right.
is the important
Giving
part.
them the address and saying there was a gang fight went on, multiple people were injured.
Okay. So you do this after you've all left for safety, but eventually, in fact, you hear it on the news the next day that the
We
police
must do
were
that.
called to a gang fight at the industrial estate, and during the operation, they discovered a large number of stolen cattle, which they were then able to return to the original owners. Unfortunately, during the gang fight, 3 men were killed when their car exploded.
Mysteriously.
Mysteriously. Yeah. But yeah, the thing you needed to tell them was to get them to this address.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
already knew about the explosion. They're not going to miss something like that. But you needed
Yeah.
to get them to this so that
Okay.
the cows would be sorted. So you've successfully rescued Daisy, the cow.
Yay.
You've arranged to have all the other cows returned to whichever farm they were stolen from. They're all dairy cattle, so they will live out a happy-ish life.
Yeah, they would have all been tagged. So.
Yes. The gang members and the cattle rustlers will not live out a happy life because they're all under arrest. They're liable to wind up spending quite a bit of time in prison. They tell the story that actually they weren't, well, yeah, there's a limit to what they can tell, but what was actually happening is the gang were here to buy some of the produce that these guys have been making by stealing cattle. They were from the same gang as Stevie and the lads who tried to kidnap Rab. You
Yeah.
don't know whether any of them recognised him. and you don't know if any of the ones that may have recognised him survived the van
I think they're
explosion.
all. There was only one of them saw him, and he's dead.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think you're right. Yeah, there was.
She was behind the
Yeah.
van and all that time, and that
It was
guy
the
jumped
one-
Yeah,
in.
because the only one that saw me was the one who knackered with the axe before he jumped in the
Mhm.
van to get away.
That's right.
Yeah.
And
And he's dead.
He's dead.
yeah,
And when
Brad,
we get
you
back,
are racking
I
up the
would,
body count.
I would want to get a quick conversation with Joe.
Okay.
Hello.
You can have a quick conversation with Joe. Bill
Well, yeah,
is
probably while
thrilled
you're
that you
tending
managed
to
to
my
get
wound.
Daisy back.
And I take
So-
it he sorted out everything with the truck on the motorway.
He sorted out everything with the truck on the motorway. He has been cautioned by the police. However, he was only cautioned by the police because he was able to claim that all he did was chase them up the road and then when their vehicle broke down as a result of damage it had taken at the farm. And ran out of fuel, he just grabbed the guy and dragged him out. So he's been given a caution. Normally, the police warned him that normally he would have been charged, but they just don't have any cells at the moment for anything except important stuff because the apocalypse is beginning. Everybody's doing criminal stuff. They've decided that his actions weren't violent enough. They're more interested in finding out whichever murdering bastard blew up a van full of gang members.
Probably a rival gang incident.
Exactly.
Yeah.
must have been one of the cattle rustlers before they died. Shove something in the petrol tank.
Yes. must have been. So Bill's under caution, so it will go on his criminal record for
Oh, no.
a period of time, but he really doesn't
Not
care.
that it'll matter.
What he's
soon
worried
enough.
about is that his tractor's been destroyed.
I need
And
to
We
try
can
and
get you a
my
new
new
tractor.
tractor.
currently they're like hen's teeth
Mm.
because the way society is rapidly deteriorating. He won't know this for another few days yet. However, nowhere locally has any. He can't replace them. He manages to track one down.
Right.
But they are not offering to deliver because, and you'll have noticed this from the news reports that we play at the start of each session,
Mm.
that convoys of goods have been ambushed on the roads
Yeah.
Yeah.
by essentially by bandits.
I was going to say, give Ab a couple of days and he'll find you one.
Well, he's
I have other ideas. This is why I wanted to talk to Joe.
Right,
I think we
okay,
should
go
get
on.
hold of Philip Sharp and the hacker girl to find out mainly about these gangs and see what the connection is between the two of them, and secondly, to help with the tract thing, I guess. But mainly these gangs, because if it ends up being more and more of an issue when things do go complete to falling, like the society falls completely, these gangs are going to be like some of the biggest issues, even more so sometimes than the other verse creatures.
Oh, these gangs are definitely going to be a major.
So we need to
issue.
speak to someone who we know might have some information about this stuff and maybe try and nip it in the butt a little bit.
Well, before we do that, can someone pull the
Obviously-
bullet out of me?
Right,
Yes, I
don't
was
worry
said
about-
I was going to heal you.
Okay, so he's managed to track down a tractor, but nobody is going to be willing to deliver it. They've said if he can get to them, they'll sell him it. So
Well, we'll offer to. I'll offer to help. Go along as protection.
that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to ask you guys if you can convoy him down there to get
Yeah.
a tractor and provide protection from
We've
these
got our
road
armoured
bandits that have
vehicles.
started. You do
Can
have
I?
You do have these armoured vehicles, and this might be an opportunity for Thomas to bring out his armoured truck for the first time if he so wishes.
I thought you were going to say for Thomas to bring out his
Tank engine.
Tank engine.
hairstyle and his bondage gear.
Okay,
Purple Mohican.
Yeah.
Flamethrowers.
Mohawk.
So
You
Ben,
can
what was
run,
it
but
you
you
were trying
can't
to ask?
hide.
Oh, I was like, it was like a half joke. I was gonna say, can I like hang back in a car a couple like meters down the road with my sniper, like Overwatch?
I was thinking Joe can assassinate the gang members from a distance with his sniper rifle. So we get the
Go on.
intel of where they are and he can just pick them off.
Okay. Well, that
I
gives
would
us
be down with that.
2 adventure
fucking
paths
rotten
to
next
go
time.
down then. So next time we will pick up when you go on the adventure to buy a tractor. Never thought
Yeah,
I'd
gonna
use
go and
that sentence.
do a man.
But
Sounds kind of domestic, doesn't
going
it? Go and buy a
forward,
tractor.
yeah, going forward, we will also
Flying.
next week we'll do the adventure where you buy a tractor, and
Oh,
once
exciting.
you've recovered from that, we will start the gang war that you are planning.
Well, no, I mean that's what they're planning. I don't know.
Can I bring my sniper rifle? Can I bring my sniper to buy the tractor, guys? I
Why?
really want to use my sniper. I really want to use my
But
sniper.
you've got to be in a static position with a
Yeah.
bipod.
Are we
It's totally
healing
fair.
up and stuff before then? I'm guessing as
Well,
well.
Well, it's going to happen a little bit in the future, so you've got a week
Yep.
to recover.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming and playing. I hope you enjoyed the game. We'll pick up next week when you go shopping for a tractor. But from now, that's the end of this week's episode of Pandora's Wake. Thank you very much for tuning in at home and watching the chaos. Believe it or not, the tractor shopping is probably going to be even more chaotic. So we hope to see you then. Do stay safe. Take care. But from us, for now, good night.
Goodbye.
Hey.
Never know.
Bye.
Catch you later, mate, but I wasn't here.